Benson for president. Benson for president. Benson for president. Benson for president. Okay. Boys. We are live. Okay. How are we doing? Come on. Hello, Landon Honor. Atezki. Oh, I'm so excited for this. You have no idea. Okay, fine. Now we're getting people coming in fast. Yes, Ethan. DJ Hero. Luminita Prelip Ocean. What a name. Finn. Jessica. Laken. Gianluca. Let's go. I might be 9 minutes late, but trust me, I've got 90% more energy than I normally do, which is normally a lot for a stream. But we have got serious vibes today. I've got a Newcastle fan that I've paid off the street, who I didn't know before today. And I'm going to bring him in so that we can bully him when we're winning. I am so excited. You have no idea. This is such a big game, a big time, early kickoff. It's everything you'd ever want from a football match. Come on, Chelsea. All right, there's already 200 people here in less than 2 minutes. We're here to break records today, guys. I want to break records for the GBFC stream. I want the most likes. I want the most everything. I want the energy. I want the vibes. I want less idiots in the chat. I don't want anyone spamming things that are not true. Because you're just going to get blocked, mate. I've got a zero tolerance policy. You talk rubbish, you get blocked. Kelly Jiker says the confidence he has right now, he could take a gorilla by himself. Well, we know he's lying, but I'm telling you now, there's not any kind of football game that you could build up that could actually be bigger than this. The reality when it comes to mathematical probabilities is that this is neck and neck. It's as close as it could possibly become. It's fascinating, really, for a Sunday early kickoff. After Man City drew with Southampton yesterday, you can see look at this. There's daylight and sunlight coming through my window, and I live in Asia. Can you believe it? You would almost think it's impossible, but it's actually genuinely possible. The sun is still shining. The weather is sweet, as the song goes. The sun is shining. The weather is sweet. It's about as big of a football match as you can possibly have. The points are the same. The goal difference is the same. Newcastle have got 4 more goals than us this season, but we've conceded 4 less. What is more important? We'll find out by the end of today at St James's Park. Early kickoff, Newcastle, Chelsea. It's massive. It's huge. And we're live on GBFC, so make sure you subscribe. Make sure you've smacked a like on the stream. Done all of the fun stuff. Because I will keep reminding you, as you guys know, I will keep reminding you to like the stream. I'll keep reminding you to subscribe. We're going up in numbers quickly. We're going up in numbers very quickly. I am buzzing. I've got a Newcastle United fan who's a very, very close friend of mine. Very good friend of mine. And I wouldn't normally get people in on the stream because it's a weird one, isn't it? Because it's not like I have a channel that has Chelsea fans and other fans. You know, it's a Chelsea channel. We're about 99.97% Chelsea fans here on this channel. So if I bring someone else in, it's got to be someone that I trust is going to deliver the quality for the stream. And I've got a Newcastle fan today who has got an amazing YouTube channel, which is linked in the description, by the way. But also, he's a very well-rounded football fan. So I think he's going to add to the experience as opposed to it being like a shouty contest where... it's not the case of... I actually really respect Newcastle as a team, who a lot of you that have been subscribed to this channel for a while will know that. So yeah, I wanted to add to the content today. So we've got a Newcastle fan joining us in a couple of minutes. But this is such a big game for Chelsea. It's a big game for everybody involved. It's a big game for the teams that aren't even playing. Here he is. He's coming in. Jack Ainsley, ladies and gentlemen. First Super Chat's come in at the same time. How are to the lad?
How are the lads?
Come on, Jack. Tell us. Newcastle fan, big Newcastle fan, world traveller. Today is big for Chelsea. It's big for us, but it's also big for you.
It's an absolutely astronomical game for both clubs. It feels like a cup final. It has that energy around the day, even being as far away from the city as we are now. It's a head-to-head. It's a winner takes 3 points, loser loses 3 points.
They do.
It's wow. It is absolutely huge.
They absolutely do. It's audio isn't loud enough. Thank you for telling me. That's a good first shout from our man Anaran the Anorak. Thank you, mate. Appreciate it. Audio can't hear him. Okay, we're gonna fix that. We're gonna up the. I'm gonna have to lower my levels, and you're gonna have to lean in when you got something big to say.
Have a nice cuddle every time.
We can. Let me. Oh wow, yeah, it's really low. No, it's good that we're getting the teething out of the way now. So this is probably going to make me very loud.
How does it feel, people?
Give us. Let me. Bloody hell. Give us like a little lowdown, a little bit now as to what we're dealing with.
I mean, we are in a very, very good place as a club, as most people know.
Newcastle.
Newcastle. More short-term speaking, Joe Linton potentially out for the rest of the season. However, there was some talk from Eddie Howe which hinted at him having some sort of injection in Barcelona, receiving treatment in Brazil, and then having an injection in Barcelona, and then miraculously being involved to some capacity in training, which is absolutely huge. It's not really about individual players, but having that midfield three that works so well systematically is really bloody massive for us. Otherwise, I can guarantee, maybe the exception of Anthony Gordon coming in for Barnes, it's probably going to be an unchanged team. I do think Eddie Howe will double down on Joe Willock in the left midfield, on the left side of the centre midfield, if Joe Wellington isn't back, but
we call him Joe Pillock on this channel.
Joe Pillock.
When he does things that we don't like, he is renowned as Joe Pillock. All right, guys, we have the Chelsea starting 11s available. Let me. I'm looking at it now. It's spot on. It's absolutely spot on. I will react to it in any second. There we go. No, that's the wrong one. Let's bring him over there. We don't mind that. We hate that as well, don't we? Fucking hell, mate. Give me a sec. All right. Boys. Let me drop that there. Bring that there. No, that's not right. Why is this all gone? Where have I gone? New light. Wait. No, what's happening? Why is this doing this? Don't do this to me. Okay, can you guys see? Please let me know if we've gone wrong somewhere. We should be okay. And we should have. We'll have the normal graphics up on the screen. Okay, you can't see. I'm panicking. It's only because we're an hour and 13 minutes away from kickoff, and if we don't react to it now, the world might actually end before the game starts. You guys know that's the way it is. All right, we've got nearly 500 people in the stream already within 10 minutes. We know that this is a big game today, but this is huge stuff from you lot. So, okay, we got some technical difficulties, but
so they can see us now. They just can't see the screen.
Yeah, let me do a little bit of this. Okay, Chelsea lineup is Rob Sanchez in goal. I'll read out the lineup and then Jack can say his Newcastle opinion based on what we've got to work with here. Caicedo right back, but not really right back. Chalobah, Colwill, Cucurella, Lavia, Enzo, Neto, Palmer, Madueke, Jackson. It's exactly as I envisaged the Chelsea lineup to be. It's exactly how the lineup should be. It's the best lineup that we've got. It's expected, but it's also exciting. It's also significantly better because we have our best players available. Lavia needs to be considered one of Chelsea's best players purely because of the difference that is made to the team when he's playing. This is very exciting for me. I think as a Chelsea fan, knowing this is a must-win game, this doesn't get any better than this. Jack, what do you think when you see that Chelsea team? Is there anything there that surprises you as a Newcastle fan? Would you expect anything different?
I wouldn't say I expect anything different, but it's I would hope for something different. As far as that is, to me, it looks like a full strength team, really.
It is.
There's a ridiculous amount of pace in there. Very, very dynamic players who are playing fluid positions, all the rest of it.
Mm-hmm.
We have despite very good performances, we have an ageing defence with Lewis Hall out injured. Our only young defender in that entire lineup is Tino Livramento. After that, we've got Dan Burn, Fabian Schär, and Kieran Trippier. You're talking about players like Jackson, Madueke, Pedro Neto, these very athletic midfielders like Lavia, etc. That could be dangerous for us.
It could be. And I think if Lewis Hall was playing for you particularly, I'd be worried because I think it nullifies because of how good he is at dealing with pacey wingers.
Yeah.
For example, if it was Madueke or Neto up against Lewis Hall at left back, I'd be more concerned that that's not an outlet Chelsea can utilise or use. Let me take a little look now quickly at the Newcastle lineup.
I'm nervous.
Are you ready?
Yeah,
are you ready?
I'm very, very.
Let me get it up for you.
This.
Because as much as we can have our Chelsea favourites, we also have to work with the opposition.
Starts.
Hey, don't look yet. Don't look yet. Don't look yet. Wait.
This is big.
Wait.
People.
Okay, you ready?
I'm not reacting yet. This is big.
All right. This is someone who watches 95 minutes of Newcastle every week. This is the Newcastle team.
Botman starts is absolutely massive.
In a good way?
What I just said to you is now out the window. That there is Dan Burn is lost. No, he hasn't.
Oh, he's playing three at the back. You're playing three at the back.
Let's say we've got Pope in goal. We have Livramento at.
You know what you've done here, don't you? You've literally gone 5 at the back against Chelsea.
No, we don't play 5 at the back.
But you are. You definitely are with this.
I'm trying.
You work it out. But I'll say it now. This is Eddie Howe bottling this game. I'm not. I said to you before. I'm not going to try and spark reactions out of Jack because I'm not going to treat him like that. This is Eddie Howe being scared of Chelsea here. You've got 3 centre backs in there.
But Dan Burn is we signed him as a left back who can do a job at left centre.
So
he played left back for Brighton.
So who?
What's going to happen here? This is what we used to do for our Champions League season. So what happens here? We have only one dynamic defender.
Who is that?
Livramento.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So we're set up as a 4, right, with Schär and Botman right and left centre back.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Dan Burn as a left centre back, and Livramento has moved over to the right centre back position he's played the last 9 or 10 games at left back.
Yeah.
What's going to happen here is on the attack, Livramento is going to move forward, and Dan Burn is going to drop into a back 3 with Schär, Botman, and Burn, which means that almost all of our attack today is going to come from the right hand side.
Against Chelsea's left, which is technically our strongest defensive side, because Cucurella is very solid, astute. I'd say Madueke's also a good defending winger, which people don't see that side of his game, but he does get back and work very hard. Are you happy with that starting 11 as a Newcastle fan? Do you think that's a solid team to line up against the Chelsea team that you've just seen, what you know about that team or what you don't know? Do you think that's a solid Newcastle lineup or no?
I mean, I'd quite like that fluid back 4 that we played in our Champions League season, with that back 3 when we're attacking and back 4 defending. So we have gone with in the middle. We've gone for only 2 in the middle there, with Bruno and Tonali in the middle, with then Murphy, Isak, and Harvey Barnes up top. This is a weird lineup. This is not something we've seen.
I think
this
is
half of the year.
And do you know what? What I find very interesting about this is, as a Chelsea fan, I'm not scared of this because the formation I would have been scared of, and you can back this. I think it would have been the midfield three.
Yeah.
It would have been the Bruno, the Tonali and Joe Linton midfield, which obviously now we can see that that's not the midfield. So as a result of that, I think Eddie Howe has effectively looked at what Chelsea struggle against. Chelsea really struggle against teams that will be able to sit back, and I think what you've got here, when I look at this Newcastle team, obviously you know better than me, but from the outside looking in, I think you've got players that will hurt Chelsea on the counter. But I think he's gone incredibly defensive here. I think he's gone with even wingers that are defensively astute and play very well in that phase of the game. I think when I look at that team, Gordon scares me, but does he scare me against Caicedo? No one scares me against Caicedo. And Isak is obviously like that. We'll talk about Isak as we get closer to the start of the game.
I've made a mistake here. I have to correct myself. Something I haven't noticed. I think somebody just called me out in the comments there for it. This is an extremely aggressive team. We are playing Murphy, Barnes, and Gordon and Isak.
But do you think
all of our
do you
forward
think
output.
that is an aggressive team, or do you think that is I don't see it. I see it as an aggressive team, yes, but I see it as a positional mismatch compared to what these players are used to. Like you said, you wanted to see a traditional four at the back. You expected that. You want to see that.
4-3-3.
And I think that's what makes Newcastle so good, is the fact that we spoke about this today. We went for a roast dinner just now.
It was lovely.
Check Instagram if you want to see like how it was, what it was. It was amazing. Jack was telling me about how, for example, like there's multiple examples where this comes into fruition, but like when was it Sandro Tonali was out injured?
When he was banned.
When he was banned, yeah. When he was banned, and him, Bruno, Joe Linton were learning together about who does what in that midfield three, right?
Yeah, and it was set up to be Joe Linton and Tonali would play as two sort of eights.
Yeah.
And Bruno was number 6 as a holding midfielder, as a director of play, everything.
Yeah.
They studied that with so much depth for a very, very long time. We're talking 8 months plus on the training ground. So when Tonali came back, they immediately went into that formation.
Yeah.
With Tonali playing as an 8 and driving at defenders with his speed, with his long range shooting, all the rest of it. And it just didn't work. Something wasn't working at all. After 6 games, according to an interview with Sandro Tonali on the Newcastle United YouTube channel, Bruno and Tonali went to Eddie Howe and sort of put forward and had an open discussion about switching Tonali to be a number 6 as a holding mid, and Bruno moving into an attacking mid alongside Joe Linton. From there, we just shot from the almost below middle table, like 11th and 12th, to now, if we win our next 2 games and Arsenal lose, then we could be in for the run of 2nd in the Premier League. Chasing Champions League football is what we're doing right now, and that switch from Tonali to centre defensive midfield had orchestrated that whole thing.
I think it's, for me, the reason I find this lineup so fascinating for Newcastle is it's completely what I didn't expect. And I just wonder if ever there was a time where I'm here. Even Georgie just messaged me saying you need to be closer to the mic, but don't worry too much about like fully going in for it. Guys, can you guys hear Jack okay? Like just generally, like, because I can try and be quieter, which is difficult. But
Much like this,
I'll try. I think when the game actually starts, it doesn't matter. But at least for now,
maybe if it's like
very quiet,
directional towards.
Yeah,
us,
I think
you're a little
so.
bit like behind the mic.
People are saying they can hear you okay. It's not going to be perfect because we only have one mic.
Maybe now we're both talking at the mic. It could be
Yeah.
better.
Okay. So that's good advice. 150 for me, 75 for Jack. Okay, fine. Okay, I will try and. Okay, he sounds clear. Great. Yeah, it should sound fine. It's just the levels. Okay, thank you. I forgot what I was going to say. People want it to be perfect. They do. That's the great thing about a live stream. Perfection is almost impossible because we could deliver the best live stream in the world, but he could watch his team win today. And for me personally, after yesterday, I feel as though it's kind of like, did you guys? Okay, there's going to be maybe 1 out of 800 of you in the chat are going to be able to relate to this. You might not even know what I'm talking about. Do you remember the Game Boy Advance?
SP?
Not even the SP.
No, SP was my first.
Harry Potter.
No.
And the Philosopher's... No, is it the Philosopher's Stone or the Chamber of Secrets on the Game Boy? And there was like a level during that game where you had to go into the library and steal a book.
Right.
It was, honestly, as a kid, it was one of the most scary levels on a game that I could ever remember. I feel like it's kind of a bit like this today in the result of this match, right? Where all of the prefects have gone from the library, so you can go in and steal the book, but I'm still tiptoeing around.
Yeah.
What I mean by that is Arsenal have capitulated. You've got, Nottingham Forest have dropped off of the face of thin air.
Chris Wood went back to New Zealand, didn't he?
Chris Wood has gone for a lamb shank in New Zealand. Fair play to him, I would do the same. And you've also got Man City dropping points against Southampton, but still, I feel like I can't get too excited about the fact that it actually makes us closer to getting that. You know, we're not closer to stealing the book. We're not closer to getting the Champions League. Despite everyone else screwing up. What an analogy someone said. I'm glad you guys backed this, because in my head it made so much sense. I thought about this earlier, right? It makes no fucking sense to any of you. He's laughing his head off. Less wood in the forest. Yeah, less wood in the forest. That's what we need, right? But doesn't matter what happens with Aston Villa. It doesn't matter what happens with Man City. It's about what our teams do in these games. What amount of points do you think will get Newcastle in the top 5?
67.
67. So
Yeah.
4 more points, you reckon?
Yeah.
That's not... I think I'm on a different end to the spectrum of that. That's very laid back, chilled. 4 points from 3 games is... No, it's not a lot. Do you think that get you sure? I'm not saying no. I'm saying, are you sure?
I think the way that we always look at it for safety is based on everybody else winning every game.
Yeah.
So
yeah, no, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, you're for safety. You're like, okay, what do I need if everybody else wins?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And I think I don't know. I see every other team. This is such a good run-in for the end of the season because every other team also has hard fixtures.
They do.
We have a horrible run-in. We've got Arsenal, we've got Everton. You've got bloody... who have you got again?
We got Nottingham Forest away and Man United at home.
Again, it's not nice. I mean, Man United are laughable, but it's still not a nice game to have. It's not, Spurs.
No, yeah, we let me cut back to the camera for a second. We were having a Guinness or 5 in my case before we had our roast dinner, and there was a Spurs fan, one of them guys who's he's there by himself. He's we're there chatting away, but he wants to be involved in the conversation. Doesn't get the body language hints of sorry mate, we're not talking to you. He wants to keep going about it. He's a Tottenham fan. As soon as I heard that, I didn't want to know. I don't care. Sorry, you might be the best guy in the world, nicest guy in the world. You want to give me 10 grand? I don't want it from you. Okay? You support that team. And I forgot where I was going with that point.
Rubbish.
Spurs are rubbish. Spurs are totally rubbish. It's a lovely day for a Guinness. I actually completely forgot where I was going with that point. But it is a lovely day for a Guinness, says Dead in the Water.
Everybody has hard games in the run-in.
That's what we were talking about.
And I do think Forest Villa will drop points. We could drop points. I just think that the massive, ridiculous gap between Liverpool and then the rest of us, which are really scrapping all the way down to 7th place,
Yeah.
is crazy. The gap of the bottom 3 to the relegation zone was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And the top is ridiculous. It's a weird season.
It's like a league that's split into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts. Liverpool are in their own part.
Yeah.
Then you got Arsenal to Forest, who are doing their thing.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got Brentford to Fulham. Palace could have been there, could still be there technically, but they've been FA Cup hungover, which is fair enough. They'd rather win the FA Cup than finish 9th. I get that. Then you got the best of the shitters. You got the best of the turd cleaners. You got your Evertons down to your West Hams, and then you got these three absolute numbnuts at the bottom that basically all might as well have just packed up their bags in October. But the lineups, let me have a quick look. Let me see if we've got.
So interestingly, Fabian Schär is out from injury, which is something he must have picked up in the last game. Not something Eddie Howe brought up in a press conference. Joe Linton still completely out. It's. I mean, one thing that we haven't touched on is the scariest thing.
Do you know what might be a better idea? I want to hear what you have to say.
Shall I move here?
Let's swap places.
Okay.
And you lean in the way I am a little bit.
Right.
I just want to make sure we perfect this. Because I'm just conscious. I don't want you to not to look like you're in the background. But at the same time, I'll go like this. Oh! Right, you little scallywags. Let's fix this. I'll do this. And because I naturally shout when I stream. So, yeah. All right.
The main thing that we haven't talked about,
Yeah.
which is, as a Newcastle fan, is the worst thing you could ever see come to St James's Park, and that is Reece James.
But he's on the bench.
He's not starting, which is good news for us. But do you kryptonite for us?
Because and this isn't me trying to say watch more Chelsea before you give an opinion. This is me saying, does that actually worry you? Because based on what you know about the way that Newcastle play, do you think that having a Reece James right back figure hurts you more than an organised Chelsea midfield? Like if you were to compare,
I think today, given that we have Dan Burn at left back, if you had Neto and Reece James,
right, perfect. They're saying it's good.
Neto as your right winger,
Yeah,
and Reece James as the overlap against a 6'7" Dan Burn, who is great as he is and as loved as he is, he runs like he's wearing a parachute. That would punish us massively.
Yeah. But that's the Reece that would get forward always and be an aggressive threat.
Has
not
he not been doing that?
I don't think he can. I think that's where a lot of. I mean, chat. Let us know, because Chelsea fans in general, we're kind of torn at the moment because we don't want Reece James to not play, but we can see that it's non-negotiable when you compare the levels of performance when you got Caicedo right back inverting, the Reece James playing right back.
Right.
Like to have Caicedo, Lavia, and Enzo Fernandez in the same team is fantastic. Like we are so solid through the middle. Enzo Fernandez scores goals and gets assists every game almost when he's playing in the final third, as opposed to having to do the sprints and the runs to win the ball back in the middle, because Lavia is almost like a magnet in the middle of the pitch, really. When the ball is with someone else, he just brings it back together.
Yeah.
But we all want Reece in the team. And like I've seen Reece James's Park in the chat, which I love that one from Freitas Vinicabral. Yeah, butchered that name, didn't we? But it's been that in the past. It's been that in the past. Speaking of which, it's 5 p.m. That means that the flipping 7-Eleven is open. Let me go and see if I can politely ask the ladies to go to the shop for us.
They might already be there. For context, anybody here in bloody...
They're there! You know,
they've already gone.
Yes! Okay, so Jack's wife and my girlfriend have gone. They've gone to the shop to buy us booze because it's been closed. And I can hear us like coming through the speakers in there thinking, they've forgotten that they said they were going to go at 5. They've got us on. This is amazing.
We thought that noise was them.
Yeah. I thought they were like, it's just in there, just, they can't see us because we're in here. But no, this is unbelievable. I'm excited. These guys, every time I stream, they've been saying, let me shut the door. They've been saying to me, Benson, why you don't drink beers anymore? The answer is normally because by the end of the game I've drunk so many beers I can't coherently talk. So that's why I don't drink beers, but today's just too much. It's too much at stake.
The 7-Eleven does open before 5, Ash. However, there is an alcohol ban between 2 and 5 p.m. So you can't buy alcohol between 2 and 5 p.m. But you can buy like a Coke Zero or something.
And that don't mean nothing on a Sunday.
No.
That don't count on a Sunday. Oh, the wife and girlfriend of the real keepers here, bench Sanchez now. I don't mind Sanchez right now. I've said this to you guys before. I am okay with him right now.
Mm-hmm.
If I was a Newcastle player, I would absolutely still be targeting him and thinking, get an early shot away. Like there was a goal that was scored the other day by Ollie Watkins for Villa against you lot. And I was like, this in a game which is obviously today I think is very similar to that. So I'm comparing it to what it could be like today. But if you get a shot away against Sanchez early doors, I think you've got a big chance of scoring a goal.
Yeah, it's someone that you want to pepper his goal, don't you? You want to be not waiting. Oh no, we've got some bad news, people. We have some very, very bad news coming your way.
Oh no, there's a holiday today in Thailand, and they don't allow alcohol serving until 12, right?
Espresso martinis it is.
It's espresso. Oh, we're up all night, mate. Oh.
Yeah, we want to be peppering Chelsea's goal. We don't want to be, if we're on the edge of the box, we don't want to be looking for that 7th and 8th pass in the build-up. We want to be taking shots from 18, 20 yards. Yeah, I mean, goalkeepers these days, I seen a comment there, someone said Sanchez better than Pope. It's a worthy opinion. The thing is, goalkeepers these days, being a goalkeeper isn't good enough. You need to suddenly now
Correct.
be at least a championship level outfielder to understand the play, to receive the ball under pressure when you've got world class, £100 million strikers chasing you down and picking a pass that isn't only going to get to the man, but where the man can then receive that ball and progress the play forward. If a pass to a man isn't good enough, it has to be a pass that generates a new play. And as a goalkeeper who's then actually diving top corner and being a shot stopper, that's why goalkeepers sell for 70-80 million now.
And the good ones are.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say as Newcastle and Nick Pope, you happy with Nick Pope?
No. So we are very likely to sign James Trafford in the summer.
Can you pass me one of those PH ones? Maybe the open one.
Yeah, we're likely to sign James Trafford.
That would be a phenomenal sign.
Yeah. So he's someone that Eddie Howe likes very, very much. Someone that plays very well with the ball at his feet, plays out from the back, which is something that we like to do. Nick Pope is a wonderful guy. He's a very good shot stopper. He's like a cat. Brilliant penalty saver. But just does weird stuff for no reason. Like, everyone knows the Salah, the handball, literally the game before our Carabao Cup final in 2023, when he just picked up the ball, like, in the middle of the pitch. Or he'll just do something completely radical.
This is very interesting.
Yeah, I've seen something about our lineup as well, which I didn't expect.
I'm not sure about this either, because I've just seen someone there saying Murphy wingback, and I'm like, let's have a look, shall we? Let's bring this one. So this is what SofaScore think it's going to be.
Sorry, I was.
What is this? Why have they got Gordon there? Gordon can't play there, can he?
I have became very, very confused now. Sorry, I've made a few mistakes on that lineup, so I do apologise about that. I did not see...
You think you did, or do you think they have? I think they have. What you said made more sense than this.
Yeah, but I didn't see Shah in there. So when I said it was going to be... No, I did see Shah, yeah. I'm so confused. Basically, Gordon has a very good understanding of the game.
Yeah.
He's a very tactically sound player. So if he is the one that's had to drop into Joe Linton's position, I can understand it because he's someone that understands roles very well. And for England, England under 21s when they won the Euros, he was a top scorer for England, and he played extremely well as a striker for England. Mm-hmm. So he can play as a number 9. He can play on the wing, which he does very well. So for him to move into that left sort of left centre mid as someone who's is he gonna just double up with Burn so he isn't gonna get done for pace by Pedro Neto, that sort of thing,
Seems to me like it's a concern really because I think with Chelsea what you've got now is you've got Madueke on the left here, who has been, if we just hover the cursor on Madueke, you guys can see we're talking about Noni here. On the left side, he's actually probably been better than he was on the right, which is weird because he doesn't want to play there, but he's actually way more effective in that position. So if you've got who could have been the right back today? Trippier?
Yeah,
was he on the bench?
It would have been Trippier, and Livramento would have been the left back.
I think Madueke against Trippier. Trippier is obviously a very good standing defender, but I think Madueke cooks him. He does not cook Livramento. Livramento is significantly more agile these days, I think. He's
one of them players that he rarely ever gets yellow cards. He always wins his challenges. He's that sort of very fast player. Somebody said that Murphy playing right wing back. The reason I would be doubtful of that is given that they've put Livramento. As far as this goes, that this was sofa scored.
They're usually quite accurate, to be fair. But
with Livramento being moved from left back, where he's played for basically the entire calendar year, to right back, that suggests there's no way that Murphy would be playing that right back position, that right wing back sort of position. This looks like Gordon's going to be playing an attacking centre mid.
I think Newcastle are scared. I think they are scared.
It's such an interesting. It is a totally different lineup. I mean, the only way if we are being positive as a Toon fan, if you're like trying to find the silver lining, you can say, well, we normally have to choose between Barnes and Gordon.
We've done got them both on there.
We've dropped a poor performing Willock and brought in Gordon. And
do you know what you could also say though? I think you could also very much look at this and think, ignore that one. Think that when you have Caicedo, who is a very competent right back, but he is usually playing here, which most of the time he does play there. If you've got Harvey Barnes and Anthony Gordon playing up against that's a completely different kettle of fish to anything Caicedo's ever faced before in his career, playing in this position. Because Caicedo is very much a player who is always here in the midfield, if I get it so that you guys can see what we're talking about here. Caicedo's always there. But now he's being asked to play there in a stadium in a game where we're not going to actually be spending most of the time here. The chances are the game is probably going to be played around here. Newcastle will be on the front foot. Newcastle will be on the attack. So is this a case of Eddie Howe is actually he might have outsmarted Maresca here. I'm just saying this devil's advocate. Guys, let me know in the chat, what do you think? Because this is tactically such a fascinating matchup. Because not only do we not know if this lineup is correct, and I SofaScore, that it's not paid or anything, they're not sponsored on the channel, but they usually are relatively accurate when it comes to the lineups and the starting 11s and whatnot. But it could either cancel each other out, or it's either Newcastle are scared, or it's incredibly intelligent from Eddie Howe. And I don't know which one it is. Which is exciting me.
It's one of them ones where it's already a ridiculous occasion.
Georgie said, "Do you want vodka?" Yeah, why not?
Just vodka.
Fuck it, why not?
It's already a huge occasion, and then we've got these bizarre and completely different to the last 3 months of football lineups.
Isn't this exciting?
It feels like, you know how you go into a cup and you've got a cup run and you often get a different setup in a tournament football. It feels like a tournament football game.
Who's this idiot? Who's Skills? Who are you? Man said scared, and then he clicked enter and had the audacity to click another comment, and then he says, "Nobody is scared of Chelsea," laughing my arse off. Well, listen here, mate. You know what? Nah, I'm not going to... I was going to ban you. But I'm not going to be that guy. No, I ban people for spamming. I don't ban people for voicing their opinions. So I'm going to be above here. But you are a true clown, as you've said yourself. True clown. Shut up, skills, says Darksloth13. Thank you very much for the background validation.
It's closed. Like that, you can't buy alcohol. So
I
we've
can-
only got vodka.
Wow.
And this, I
We've
don't know what
got-
this is,
oh,
but you
We've
like
got
something
homemade cocktails, lads.
We have got homemade cocktails.
This is a weird Pepsi.
Oh, what is this one?
Is Pepsi weird?
Oh.
Pepsi weird.
Vodka.
Oh.
Vodka and
It's
Pepsi
not-
weird.
Weird.
It's not too strong, is it? Because I don't like vodka.
I
Really.
did. I don't know.
I
Paige
made
made
it. I'm sorry if it is.
No, it's well good.
What do I have?
Apple juice.
Vodka and apple.
No, you only got apple juice. You're not allowed anything else.
He's under 18, so.
It's my son.
Oh, cheers, Dad.
Cheers, mate. Up the Chelsea, mate.
You go, boys.
We will.
Vodka
Don't
and
let
apple.
them drug you. Well, little do you know, today's stream is all about the random occurrences. You don't know what... No, I'm joking. We don't have anything funny in there. It's all illegal here, mate. He's on the fruit shoots. He's on the fruit shoots. He's on the fruit shoots. They make him happy when skies are grey.
Skies
You'll never know the flavour of your fruit shoot until you've taken his fruit shoot away.
That's bloody beautiful.
Na 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 na. Na 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 na.
Did you write that?
I write that myself. I got my pen and me paper, and I've got my notes on the page.
That was beautiful.
That was alright, I tell you.
Your father'd be proud.
He will. Let me sign that on the dotted line. G. Benson. Yeah. Guys, look, we got the GBFC notebook is full of current notes about the Club World Cup. Am I drunk? No, I'm not drunk. I can act drunk. This is actually one of my talents in life. I can pretend to be. Look at this guy. Yeah, he's bad. I'm on the way for sure. I'm
It's the
definitely on the way.
occasion.
It's an early kickoff in Newcastle, but it's not an early kickoff in Thailand, which means in Thailand this is a more than feasible time to get on the beers
It's
and
5:20.
still be tangibly coherent.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
I'll let you all know, Chelsea fans. I'm guessing 99% of you are Chelsea fans.
To be fair, I'm very impressed that you're getting a very good response here.
Oh, thank you, lads. I appreciate that. Newcastle United have actually given away one free pint to anybody with a match day ticket in the stadium today. So when they arrive, they get one free pint, which that means they're going to buy another 5. So the atmosphere, despite it being a 12 o'clock kickoff on a beautiful sunny day on Tyneside, should be roaring. We're talking Dan Burn celebrating into the crowd, every crunch and tackle. It's going to be unreal.
It could be. Guys, if you wanna subscribe to Jack, I believe his channel link is in the description, because as much as he talks brilliantly about Newcastle, he also has a fantastic channel where his girlfriend and himself they travel around the most obscure parts of the world making sick videos. It's linked. I'm going to put it near the top of the description actually, so you guys can find it. So yeah, just go and also there's actually more of a story to our friendship too. I think you should start it. You should start the story, because let me say one thing, right?
Let's not incriminate anything.
No, we actually had this conversation earlier today, where Jack said there's a 3-year difference between Jack and I. Okay.
Which
And-
now is where old people.
Yeah. Now it doesn't matter. But at the time when I started YouTube, Jack was basically my graphic designer.
Yeah.
First of all, and then became very close friend. But there was a big age gap. Why have I said that?
The age gap.
No.
The age gap is the same as it is now. It wasn't bigger.
Oh, that's so funny.
We've been very, very, very good friends for a long time. Probably
Yeah.
about 13 or 14 years or so.
Yeah, 13 years I reckon. it is.
So yeah. Well, you want the
No, go. You can go into the nitty gritty.
So back in the day, right, a lot of you might remember, I'm going to add context to this, don't jump on the first line. A lot of people might remember the website Omegle.
Yeah. Big up to Omegle, boys.
Now, back in the day, right, YouTubers, like sort of Call of Duty YouTubers and FIFA YouTubers and all the rest of it, right? They used to do like meetups, and you could put an interest. So if you went on Omegle, you could put whatever you're interested in and meet fellow people who were interested in that. But for example, if your favorite YouTuber was, GBFC, you could put in GBFC, and then anybody who'd searched that same tag would find each other. And one of George and I's sort of favorite YouTubers at the time was doing one of these meetups, and we just bumped into each other constantly the whole time. And thought, should we just add each other on Skype and play FIFA or something, or COD or whatever? And that was it. And we just like talked,
that was it.
and that was it. Yeah. And then
Someone's reminding us this is recorded. Well, guess what? We don't care. All right, because he's not going to press charges on me for being a 17-year-old with a 14-year-old friend on the internet. Okay?
he's making me drink vodka.
He's forced me to have Pepsi, sir.
You thought I was 12.
Seeing you all over TikTok. Yeah, Jack and Paige's TikTok is fantastic also.
Appreciate that. Yeah, we basically travel to places where most people wouldn't, like rural parts of restricted Pakistan and stuff.
Talk to me in Chinese now. Go on, say something to me in Chinese.
如果你们是中国人，我可以说中文。也就是为什么我旅游很多的不同地方在中国，然后呢，我可以拍中国的视频。
I can translate that because I'm also way more talented than I let on my channel. What he's saying is today is a really difficult day for Dan Burn because what's going to happen is he's going to get absolutely placed in a Pedro Neto on the right-hand side. Isn't that good? If anyone here, I don't know how many of you speak Chinese, like let us know in the chat where you're from, but that was actually legitimate Chinese speaking. He's not just making noises. This isn't weird. Like, if I was to do it, you could actually say, Benson, don't take the piss, mate. You can't be like that on the internet today. Now, that genuinely is... Yeah, there you go. Very impressive. I think during the game, you should give us some just random Chinese moments. And people can interpret it as they wish.
I've watched some definitely legal streams, which are... just Chinese people commentating over the top of like the Sky Sports presenters.
Really?
Yeah.
Do they do that?
Yeah.
Wow. I was going to say, I've never seen like it in like a UK stadium. Like when you go to America, it's even easier because everybody is just there. But like you see all the broadcasters. You never see Chinese broadcasters for the Premier League. Never.
But yeah.
Chinese commentary. Says the nefarious nerd. Yeah, maybe that's a side channel for you. Maybe that's a side
the nefarious nerd.
That's his name.
Nefarious. I thought he was calling me a nefarious nerd for speaking Chinese.
No, not you. This is him. Look at his account. Look at him. You can't even see it. You can tell. It's definitely a weird person. Oh, I can't say that. Sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do the poll. We haven't done a poll yet. I know you're all absolutely... dying because I've not done it. Hang on.
Somebody asked for the Bing Chilling. I can actually do that.
What's that?
早上好，中国。现在我有冰淇淋，我很喜欢冰淇淋。There you go.
Wow. I don't know what he just said, but I'm going to say yes.
As John Cena was like making random Chinese PR videos, and he was promoting Fast and Furious 9 or something in China, and had an ice cream and said, "Good morning, China. I have an ice cream and I really like it."
Who said that?
John Cena.
John Cena.
Yeah.
John Cena is one of those people though. Where I'm not sure because he follows like however many 100,000 people on the internet. I don't know if he's got like that pull. You know what it's like when you have a huge following online or just you're a celebrity. I think the more people you follow, the less inclined people are to listen to your opinion. Like for example, if John Cena tweets something. Maybe people think it's not John Cena running his account.
I
Do you
see.
know what I mean?
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
But John Cena's John Cena. I can't see him. You can't see him. Branding, brilliant. Guys, I have a big question. Why do we only have 300 likes? I know that we still got 30 minutes till kickoff, but why do we only have 300 likes in the stream? It's unbelievable. It's absolutely outrageous. Smack a like on the stream. Newcastle, Chelsea. This is Premier League heritage. We've had a dead title race. We've had a dead relegation race. But Champions League football, we all know it. It's about money, but it's also about the lucrative nature of the Champions League. There we go. 100 new likes on the stream. Well done, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. That's what we like to see. But Champions League football is so valuable. And I don't know about you, Jack, but like, because you spend a lot of time traveling the world, and I live in Southeast Asia as well. So going to Champions League games is not really possible. But the Champions League theme song in itself is enough to make me realise just how brilliant this competition is and why, regardless of money, the Champions League's where you want to be, isn't it?
When I first heard the Champions League anthem played at St James's Park, I believe
Go on.
I believe it was AC Milan at home.
What a game for the first game, though.
I believe it was. Yeah, I think it was. It was just like I was gonna cry, man. Like just goosebumps and like that feeling. It was just remarkable. Like it was really incredible. And there's no coincidence that you know I've had a season ticket before I sort of left Newcastle to go travelling just over a year ago now. Had a season ticket for 12 years, and maybe a little bit longer. But the two nights that stick out to me, the best nights in that entire period of time, my entire teenagers and early adulthood and all that, was the 4-4 Arsenal game when we came back from 4-0 down. That was just astronomical. Really just insane. Of course, everyone knows that game. It's Barclays heritage, right?
Cheikh Tiote, big shout out to him.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's just obviously the 4-1 battering of PSG at St James's Park.
That's the one I remember from the outside.
Just incredible. Fabian Schär's goal, just incredible. You know, the atmosphere was amazing. The second half, we scored 3 goals in something like 12 minutes or 20 minutes or something. It was just mental.
As an outsider, like, I like Newcastle. I've said this a long time on the channel, so this isn't like me just playing up because Jack's here. I really do like Newcastle. They're one of those clubs where there's a couple of clubs I can't stand. Like, if you watched the more GBFC video yesterday where I'm trying to rationalise the idea of Tottenham winning a trophy, and then I was like, you know what? There's no way I can authentically say this in front of a camera. Some clubs, I absolutely despise them. There are some clubs, like as I've grown up, I don't mind. For example, Arsenal winning something. I saw that when I was a kid. Man United winning something. It's okay because they won so much. So like, I'm not gonna like fake that like hatred or dislike for them winning something. Newcastle, in general, like the fans. Even when I used to go to Chelsea, home and away, Europe. Go to Stamford Bridge. Like, sometimes you would go, and I quite often go to a pub after a game. Newcastle fans are the only ones that would be wearing neutral clothing. They would turn up at a Chelsea pub, not cause any trouble. We'd win 5-1 or 5-0, and they go into the pub, and everyone is just like, you know what? Whatever.
Yeah.
That happens with any other club in the Premier League, whether it's a promoted side, whether it's a London rival, obviously you just wouldn't go to the pub. But, like, Newcastle fans deserve to be playing in elite football's biggest competition. Because they're... I mean, tell me if I'm wrong. We spoke about this at lunch, but people maybe don't understand on the stream. Like, there is an idea that Newcastle's atmosphere is electric. It's incredible. Is it always that good? But it's good in the big games, isn't it?
Yes, it's extremely good in... especially the nighttime games. St James's Park under the lights is a very special place. But no, it's. I mean, it was certainly very, very poor as far as at least our standards go under Steve Bruce, and early doors when we were getting battered in the FA Cup off Cambridge and things like this. It's not always incredible. If we score 2 goals in the first half, it'll fizzle out. It'll start to fizzle out. It's when if we're a goal down and we're chasing, if it's a draw and we want to try and go for the win or whatever, if the game is tight, it doesn't matter what time of day it is, it is just incredible. If the opposition team is a team where we kind of thought we might lose going into it,
Yeah.
and it's a 4-0, 3-1, 4-0, and there's loads of goals and all the rest of it, it's like the Carnival of Rio. It's just electric. It's bouncing, and outside the stadium there's drumming and music and all the rest of it. But if it's a 1-1 against Crystal Palace, if it's a whatever, if we're losing 2 or 3-0 and it's a 63rd minute, it can get quiet. But not every stadium's perfect, you know. To be fair, somebody give me a big stadium. So I'm not talking Palace. Palace have a big noise, but it is a small stadium.
Yeah.
You give me a big stadium club, talking 48,000 or more,
That say they have a great atmosphere.
that don't use drums and trumpets and all the rest of it like they do in Germany, all the rest of it, and tell me that they are that loud at 67 minutes when they're 0-0 against bloody Borussia Mönchengladbach in the German league. I just don't think it exists.
I think you're right. You know, I think it's. I mean, Chelsea's kind of the same. Like we've been scrutinised recently because, for example, Gordon in the semi-final of the Conference League the other night, they had hundreds of fans in the home end. And, I mean, our owner has stakes in Vivid Seats, which is an online resale platform, which apparently people inside Stamford Bridge were saying that Gordon fans, Swedish fans, were saying, we bought this off Vivid Seats. Maybe that's true, maybe that's not. But I think there's also certain games you care about, certain games you don't. Chelsea in the Conference League is a prime example of this.
Yeah.
Chelsea fans, no matter what Maresca says, no matter what the club says, we don't give a shit about the Conference League. Yeah. We don't.
You're 3-0 up to Iron Appa.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I can sit here and play up optimism and excitement because, like, I'm not saying I do it fakely, but, like, I'm going to sit here and stream and I'm not going to sit like, oh, I hate this game, this is rubbish, because I'm not an idiot. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to at least try and care about it. But Chelsea fans don't have the outright right to care about that. But at the same time, like Chelsea is saying, oh, isn't it crazy how we've not been able to manage away fans buying tickets in the home end? You've got to make people care about certain games.
Yeah.
And it's like you say, if you're drawing 1-1 at home to Crystal Palace, Newcastle fans and Newcastle as a club understand that the difference sometimes between two quite evenly matched teams, whether it's tactical Eddie Howe against Glasner or Newcastle against Palace, whether you're fighting for Champions League or they're on a crazy run or a bad run, whatever, there's different elements of a football game that come into play when the score is that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally agree.
And if you, for example, the question when you said that about being 2-0 up and then sometimes it goes a little bit, what would it be like today? Because I think when you're playing against a Chelsea team that are actually probably a lot better than a lot of teams you'd be 2-0 up against, potentially. But I would also say, if Newcastle go 2-0 up today, not surprised at all. I expected this. I would have expected Newcastle to go a couple of goals ahead because St James's Park, they're up for the occasion. We're a young squad. We can have dreadful starts to the game, and sometimes we need like a serious kick up the arse. Will it be the same today? Will Newcastle not... Will they struggle to be up for it the same way?
I think today is one of them games where the atmosphere, I can see it, despite it being the 12 o'clock kickoff, which is not a kickoff that I don't think Chelsea or Newcastle would have chose.
No.
I think it's one of them games where there's something to win even beyond the 3 points. It's you know, it's one of them games where they'll start to bring out the Champions League chance, you know, is this the way to Barcelona and all the rest of it.
Awful
bring
song.
Out all the bloody Champions League chance.
Wouldn't want to go there.
And all the rest of it. It's a game that has effect beyond. But when it's the 18th game of match week 18, you know, that's when it starts to fizzle out. But these next three next three games or whatever we've got, you know.
What does that mean? I don't want to say it.
Yeah, I don't.
What does that mean?
I've been seeing it a lot, and I would maybe think.
I mean, it is that one guy, but there's also a couple of other people chirping up with it.
I would leave it.
George, I don't know what you're on about. I need a wee.
Somebody somebody in the chat earlier, apologies, I don't remember what the name was, they said which Newcastle United player would leave if Newcastle failed to qualify for the Champions League this season. I think the obvious one would be if you asked me this at the start of the season, there would have been two. There would have been Bruno Guimarães and Alexander Isak, of course. Bruno Guimarães is now the club captain. He is embedded into roles beyond just what he does on the football pitch. He's, he seems to be very, very settled, and he's very integrated into the team. And I know players have been sold when they're captains of teams and all the rest of it. But I just don't think I could see Bruno going if we finished 6th or whatever. Isak is obviously the main shout, isn't it? The problem with Isak, there's not many. The problem with Isak is that we bought him for a lot of money. We bought him for 70 million euros from Real Sociedad. Now, what that means is that if we were to sell him, you've got to find a club that can not only, pay the price of a player of his quality, who arguably in for a lot of this season, if not all of this season, he's been one of, if not the best striker, the best out and out striker, number 9 in the world. Salah scored more goals than him. He's a winger. But as far as actual out and out strikers go, playing in the best league in the world, scoring a ridiculous amount of goals in all competitions, in massive games, in the League Cup final, etc., there is not many strikers better than Isak. So what that means is if we sold him, we'd have to buy a worse player, and we wouldn't make much of a profit, given we spent 70 million on him. What are you going to do? Well, who's buying him? How much in the chat? Give us in the chat. How much do you think Isak is worth? If we look... let's see. How much is Isak worth based on the price of other strikers who performed to a similar level as him? We're talking...
Yeah! Shut your mouth, man!
Well north of 110, 120 million.
People like you are all mouth, no trouser.
Yeah!
Yeah! Shut your mouth, man!
Your mum and dad are crazy for having you!
You little spunk bubble.
They're saying who's going to leave Newcastle if we don't finish Champions League. I said Bruno if he wasn't the captain. And I think Isak probably will, but who can afford him? I don't think anybody in the Premier League can afford him.
I'll tell you who can afford him, mate. If somebody gave me 200 million, I'd buy Alexander Isak immediately. Do you know why I do that? Because then no one else can play him.
Mate,
Do you know
Alexander
what I mean?
Isak is the best player in the world. I don't do if, buts and maybes.
If buts or maybes, mate. I say maybe one thing. People are telling me 120 million inside of the flipping, what's it called? Like the comment section of the video.
I say 120.
120 million.
I would agree.
It's crazy.
120, 130 million.
I think more than that.
I think I've said this before, the only team where I see Isak really going to and really thriving is Barcelona, and replacing Lewandowski and becoming that number 9 in between Lamine Yamal and that nice Spanish left winger who plays very well for Spain in the national team. He came from the Basque team. I've forgotten what he's called now, unfortunately. He's slipped me head there. Let me know in the chat there. That lovely sort of non-Spanish name left winger. He doesn't have a Spanish name at all. He's from Basque country.
Who's that?
He's absolutely unreal. He was like Spain's top scorer, like second top scorer or something. He was
Ferran Torres.
No, he doesn't have a Spanish name. Dani Olmo.
He's a good player.
Yes.
I like him.
Dani Olmo left wing, Lamine Yamal right wing, and Alexander Isak up front. That would just dominate football.
Barcelona, to be fair to them, I don't like Barcelona. Someone said to you, I've not seen his name before. Dr. Herb Gardner, mate. How many herbs do you need to not need? I need subtitles. There's subtleties, right? Bill Fry, thank you for the $5, my friend. Bill is a long-term watcher and member and donated to the stream. But us are going to pull the 43rd lever. Sell the TV rights till 2085 to get Isak. You're not wrong, mate. You're not wrong. I'm more worried about the subtitles that we need.
How are we going to afford them?
How are we going to afford the subtitles, let alone selling Isak, mate? Barcelona are going to need subtitles too at this rate. Guys, we are 17 minutes away.
That's a good point as well. If you imagine if you sold for 120, 130 million, can you imagine the wages he would demand?
Poor. Well, anywhere he go, Isak. And this is what I mean. Like, some players, they're looking for the next move. Mm-hmm. I don't feel like he is.
He's a very quiet person. His accent's amazing if you've ever heard him speak. He's Eritrean, born in Sweden, raised in Sweden, lived his whole life in Sweden until he was 17 or whatever. And he speaks with the most roadman London English you could ever imagine. It's
so
amazing.
basically, based on that, he belongs at Chelsea, really.
Yeah, but he's not learned that in London. He's just learned it from hanging out with Joe Willock and Callum Wilson.
I reckon he secretly is in the WhatsApp chat with Nonny Madwecki thinking, I'm better than Nicholas Jackson, so therefore I will. And to be fair, today, Nicholas Jackson, in all fairness, Nicholas Jackson could stake a huge claim for his Chelsea future today. Because so many... I mean, I personally am non-negotiable. Chelsea need a striker, a target man striker. We spoke about it again earlier. You guys, honestly, I wish you were there when we had a roast dinner earlier, because we had some amazing footballing chats.
Really expensive bill.
50 quid for an all you can eat and all you can drink Guinness. Unbelievable. But we were saying about how Chelsea, we put the ball in the box over and over again. Nicholas Jackson, he's not a target man striker. He's not someone that's going to win you aerial battles. He's not going to score your headers. He's not going to do that job. Right? But there are games where Nicholas Jackson, even against you guys at Stamford Bridge, I mean, there was a lot of Cole Palmer in there, but like, would you say you're worried about Jackson today? Because you know what he can do, right? Especially against that back line that is slightly... I mean, let's look at it. Let's take a look.
Thank you very much.
Pigs in blankets crisps. Thank you, darling. What is this? What's that? Oh, you're the best. Okay.
We do have more pace in this back line as far as centre back goes with Botman. So Botman is going to help. The thing is, Botman is a very fast player, and his passing is like bloody line splitting passes. He's fantastic between the channels.
He's a very good ball playing centre back.
Yeah, but he also has had a bloody ACL 2 times, and he's just come back. You know, he's only started 1 game since he's came back, and this is his 2nd start. So that is going to make him a little bit rusty and whatnot. But again, the pace of Jackson, Botman should help sort of counteract that. On Isak, with regards to Chelsea, I do think Chelsea would have to get a lot better at putting the ball into the box than they are to play with a player like Isak.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
I think he would maybe. But the only reason I think that is because I don't think Isak is best with the ball being played into the box. I think like we were seeing the Everton goal earlier today, where he was just fabulous with the work that he did on the wing, Thierry Henry-esque. We've all heard it. I don't know. Like Chelsea, for me, we get the ball into the box, but we like Jackson. I hate saying this, but he's the worst striker in the league when you cross the ball in the box. He really is, and I mean that. And I look at Onuachu, whatever his name is for Southampton.
Yeah.
He's about 17 foot 14. Right, he's massive. I would rather, when we cross it the way that we do, I'd rather he was in the box than Nicholas Jackson.
Yeah.
But we just play the wrong passes into the box. We play the little like clipped, like just hover it over the head of that.
When you're putting crosses in the box like you did a few games ago, 30 odd crosses into the box, you'd be better off with bloody Chris Wood up front or Andy Carroll.
Not bad, then.
Nice.
No, for real.
No, honestly, if you're Andy Carroll, you probably would have won that game like you didn't win.
Yeah, no, I agree. We're playing 5 at the back, says Ed. Are you a Newcastle fan, Ed?
Somebody says, for fuck's sake, Jack is a top man, but he can fuck off with his Geordie self.
Hey, get out of here, man. Hey, I'll tell you.
Appreciate that.
I think that's people basically trying to say, like, they like you a lot, But we're playing you right now. If you were here,
That's how it should be. That's how it should
If
be.
it was Chelsea Man United and you were here, everyone would be like, yeah, love Jack as a guest. He's the best. Like, keep him here. But the fact that we're playing Newcastle today, that's why this is so good, because
I've came into the Lions' den, so...
to be fair, guys, like I said earlier, Jack's channel's in the description. Check him out. Watch his videos. Class, by the way. If you want like a nice, easy, fun... Oh, blimey. Fun watch, but like seeing parts of the world you would never normally see, then go and check Jack's channel. I'm telling you.
Thank you, man.
I've got a really low attention span because I have severe ADHD. So I don't have the ability to concentrate on things for a long time. But I will sit and watch a 40-minute video of yours. I mean that, seriously. I say that off stream, and I've said that before, but it's true.
I appreciate that.
Fun fact, Andy Carroll is a wanker!
He was playing a friendly for a diabetes charity for South Shields, which is a very small seaside town outside of Newcastle. Playing for South Shields FC, non-league team, and he scored 2 goals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of scoring 2 goals, I want 2 goals in the first 7 minutes, please.
12 minutes out from...
We're not far away, guys.
One of the biggest games of the season so far for us. The cup final, our lovely Carabao Cup winning moment is behind us.
Oh, you
This
say that.
is where we're at.
What? Just give us a little note on that, because I spoke about it on more GBFC, because I really appreciate where the love, the sentiment comes from for Newcastle winning that trophy. What does it actually mean? Like, I can't say anything, but you can. Like, what does it mean to Newcastle fans to win that?
It's absolutely otherworldly. I think Bruno Guimarães touched on it amazingly and with a great amount of maturity, especially he did it on an on-pitch interview. People have lived their entire lives. They've been born and lived their entire lives as Newcastle fans. They've had season tickets for 50 years. You look like Lewis Hall with a mustache. I wish I could play like him.
Carry on.
They've lived their lives, and they've been on the terraces. They've worn the shirts of the entertainers and the legends, and they've seen Beardsley and everything. And they've died, and they've had people have passed away from the pandemic, or they've died of all kinds of things, and they've suffered, and they never saw Newcastle United win a trophy, a single major trophy. It's just...
See, Chelsea fans can't relate to that, because we belittled the Conference League. The way that West Ham were like, no, let us have this moment. This is phenomenal. This is sensational. So to win a trophy is clearly just a big thing.
It is massive, and you saw with our open top bus parade, which then 450,000 people. 450,000 people descended on the Toon,
Yeah.
and the bus went all the way through and led up to the Town Moor, which is a huge field we have in Newcastle, which is 5 or 6 times the size of Central Park in New York City. And there was a massive stage there where they had a band who normally plays at we have it. It's called the Stack. It's like Wembley Way. You got like the metal crates. The box park type thing.
Yeah.
We have one of them in Newcastle, and every day on a match day, there's a local band, and what they do is they literally just play Newcastle chants, but with instruments to get people going. Now, this band got to play at this parade. And what you've got is this bunch of local lads who normally play in a pub to 300 people playing a gig that turned out to be bigger than Glastonbury.
Really?
All over the town.
There's that many people were there?
180,000 people
Wow.
or whatever. And it's just amazing, man. And Bruno getting all wrong off Sky Sports for swearing endlessly on telly, and it really felt like just a pure carnival. For us to go down there, take over London. And the way that we won it as well, it wasn't penalties, it wasn't this. We absolutely battered Liverpool off the park from the minute the whistle blew.
Yeah, you did.
We dominated
You did.
it. We absolutely dominated it. We won every ball. It was a huge performance, and that is the type of performance that we need to match today. We need to be ready straight from the off at Chelsea, getting the ball, pressure like there's bloody no games left in the season.
Yeah. I think if whoever today decides that they want to look at this game like it's a final, will win.
Yeah.
And it's a weird one, because you could look at this and be like, there's still like a lot of football to be played. And if both teams draw today, I think both teams come away and think, not a bad result. We're still very much in charge here of a race that could be going to the wire. But I think if you look at this and think, no, we've got to win, then I think you win.
Yeah.
I think you win. And that's why there's a strong possibility, and we're 7 minutes to go now till kickoff, ladies and gentlemen. So shout out to all of you that are in here. We got great numbers, 1,500 before kickoff. We normally get this around maybe half-time-ish, and then we go up and then we finish on 2,000-3,000. So make sure you smack a like on the stream. All right, I want to hit record numbers today. I think we can, because bringing it back to the point I was going to say before, because I feel like this game could be just one of those classics where both teams are like, Newcastle specifically, you've got the home crowd, you've got the fact that there's 3 pints flipping in the stadium, all of that stuff. Like it's all great initiative and incentive. And you've also got the fact you've won that trophy. And you've got the idea of what the Champions League is like, because you've been there now and you want that. You don't want to be in the Europa League. Newcastle belong in the Champions League, deserve to be. I get that. So you want to go for it. You're against the Chelsea team that are so young, and as a result of that could actually be overwhelmed and easily blown away. It's not been the first time. Wouldn't be the first time. But then you've got a Chelsea team that are like, well, actually, what we've done in the last 3 or 4 games is the opposite to what we've done all season, which is complain about, oh, well, we can't play against low blocks, guys, and we play the way that we play, and we do this, and we're struggling. No, like, we've actually decided, rightly so, credit to Maresca and all that, no, we've actually got good players. We can actually go against this grain of, like, structured, rigid football 24/7, and we can do this, this, and this, and we're going to come out with these results. So I think Chelsea are there to win the game.
Yeah.
I think you're there to win the game.
The thing is, as well, the main benefit for both sides, Chelsea are playing Conference League football, and they clearly do not want to be going to them games anymore. They're obviously fed up with it. They're sick of it, travelling to the ends of Europe to play against.
Lovely if you're making videos on your channel.
Yeah.
To Kazakhstan and various places.
That'll be good.
Great video, by the way.
Yeah,
Kazakhstan,
thanks,
you have a good video there, right?
We rode horses over a mountain in Kazakhstan.
He's not joking either. Unreal.
And that's the main benefit for Chelsea, is that they have this motivation to get out of the tournament that they're in. They can essentially win the Conference League by getting Champions League football. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Obviously, I know you are going for the Conference League because you haven't. That's the only trophy you haven't won, so that's also massive. However,
cool.
But for Newcastle, the main benefit I would say, which I don't think has been spoken about much, is that this is a very familiar situation to us, because this is the exact way we had to qualify for Champions League football last time. It was down to the wire, and it was against Arsenal at St James's Park. It was a hard game.
What was the score that day?
2-0. Yeah, we beat them 2-0.
Listen, Bernard. What do you mean, no, bro? 3 times in a row. I have like this policy where I see someone comment the same thing 2 or 3 times, I ban them forever. Hide the user on the channel forever. We have no banning policy on GBFC. Guys, we're 4 minutes away from kickoff. Thank you to everyone that's tuned in for the pre-match show. Bill Fry again coming in with the $5. Swear to God, if we don't turn Newcastle into old ruins, I'm going to kneecap Sting. Well, if you have the capacity,
Ruins, that's good.
if you can kneecap Sting, I like Sting. What was that song? Here we go. Let's turn the volume up a little bit.
Big flag display. War flags are out. War flags is a fan.
Mourinho's right. Your flags are shite. Mourinho's... Okay, it's actually pretty cool.
So
very cool.
War
very
Flags
cool.
is a completely fan-funded organisation. They receive no money from the club at all to pay for all the flags and all the murals that they put out before every game. Got Sandro Tonali on the screen right now, looking very, very handsome. The lovely Italian man.
He's just a very likable guy.
He's very quiet.
Like, do you know what? I actually like the fact he gets banned for betting too, because I love a bet as well. So I totally understand. Like, I can imagine Sandro Tonali on a Friday night. He's there on his phone. He's there with the boys. He's got a few of these, a few crisps, a few Guinnesses, and he's just like, oh, I reckon I've got a slide tackle in me on
Do you know
Saturday.
about Sandro Tonali's Weatherspoons story?
No.
He signed for Newcastle, and like within the week, he was just spotted. Somebody took a picture of him in Weatherspoons.
No way.
So I was like, what the bloody hell is Sandro Tonali doing in Weatherspoons? It was a whole big thing until he was actually asked it. Eddie Howe was asked about it in a press conference. It was this big thing. Why was Sandro Tonali in a Weatherspoons? As if the bloke can't just go and have a nice 3 for 14 quid sides. And he just said, oh, it was a restaurant on the map, so I just booked the table.
No way. He does seem like a very likable guy. I'll say that. Guys, smack a like on the stream right now. I'm saying it way less. No, not for Sandro Tonali. We don't care about him. Smack a like for the pre-game show. It's a 4-3-3 apparently. Oh no, they put Jacob Murphy in midfield. Bloody hell.
They're switching it up like no tomorrow. I mean, to be fair, that lineup there, Gordon on left wing is native. Barnes putting the crosses in for each side. I can see that. Murphy doubling up on the right side with bloody hell, I went blank there. Tino Livramento is going to add a lot of pace and a lot of. If people remember, Jacob Murphy used to be a right wing back. Yeah, it's not a bad side really. It really isn't. These are two very, very strong sides. Very strong sides.
I think it's very even. I think there's a lot that's going to happen here. What are we saying with the poll? Let me check the poll, see what people are saying. Confidence in Chelsea is quite low. This is back to when we were actually losing games. 79% are saying Chelsea. We got 1,500 votes on the poll. 12% saying draw. 9% are saying Newcastle. Jack has managed to gather together 9% of you to believe that Newcastle are going to win. This is genuinely a huge game, guys. We are just two people that support Newcastle and Chelsea. We're talking about a game worth 100 million quid to both of these two clubs. We're talking about next Tuesday night, Wednesday night, next season, watching the elite football competition or watching rubbish like, I don't know, away games in Glimt. No offence, Norwegian away days must be amazing, but you're talking 20 quid a Guinness. I'm telling you, I've been there. I've seen it all.
Mate, I feel sick.
I don't feel sick. I feel delighted. I'm ecstatic. Hey, tell you, man. Let's go.
You need people like me.
Hey, you need people like me, man.
Come on, Isak,
I'll tell you.
son.
I'll fucking tell you.
Oh man, guys, I don't feel sick because I'm nervous or doubtful. It's the occasion. I'm nervous for any occasion here. Wow, this is just astronomical. Really, this is huge. The sun is beaming down on St James's Park. There isn't a shadow on the pitch. It's so early in the day.
Big up to Eddie Howe being back too. I'll give him that.
Yeah, great to see Eddie Howe back to full health. Awful thing pneumonia is. Really done well to get over
Enzo
that.
Maresca with a lovely
He
pink
looks like a granddad.
sweatshirt.
He looks very relaxed.
I'm really ready. I mean, I've said this on the channel a lot, but I'm very much ready to really give Maresca my backing. But I need him to get me Champions League football, because if he doesn't, then I need to re-evaluate, because guys, this is it. St James's Park is ready. Beautiful stadium, beautiful place. Newcastle, Chelsea, Premier League football. Sunday's early kickoff. It doesn't get any bigger. Kickoff at undefined. Well, that was flipping great, wasn't it? What are you on about? All right, we're going to ban this knobhead. Yeah, there we go. We're underway.
Come on!
Come on, Chelsea!
How are the lads? Oh, I am trying to have a look at the shape, seeing how we're fitting into this.
Try your best to not look at that during the game, because they will probably get early news.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I'm actually really nervous. I genuinely am invested in the result of this game.
Early Chelsea corner coming up.
Come on, Chelsea. Early goal is what we want. We want this. Wait, hang on. Let me show you what we want. We want this. Wait, you can't see it, but we've got some...
Pig in a blanket.
Yeah. We want that.
Let's keep this nice and tight. First set piece of the game.
We don't like this, do we? Look at the sun. Look at that! Look at that northeast sunshine, Jack.
I know everyone says it's cloudy up north.
Doesn't that make you proud?
Nicholas Jackson has already had a talking to because he's getting rattled by Dan Burn. He's lost his head already. Enzo
Marvellous,
Fernandez
is he?
in. That is good. Ooh.
Yeah, decent. That's fine. Yeah, he's gone off. Right, I'm gonna get the ladies to top me up again. How are you doing over there?
I guess I'm doing all right, but I'll probably get one in a short while. Right, here we go. We've got Anthony Gordon running down the left wing here. He's dry. Oh, there could be a penalty shout on the go here, but it's not being checked or anything. It's not being checked or anything. And now we've got Murphy at right back, and it's Tonali! Yes! Come on!
What did I say?
Sandro,
Just pay
ole,
attention
ole.
for the first 2 minutes.
Sandro Tonali
They
within
couldn't
2
even do
minutes of
that.
the game.
Couldn't even do that. Couldn't even pay attention for the first 2 minutes, you fucking idiots.
I know.
Yeah.
We know already. Sandro, you beautiful man. I said that before the game, and you're showing it now. His first goal for Newcastle United came in that very own Lee's end just there. Getting on the end of a ball, just as he did right there.
So stupid.
Gordon went through, and Caicedo made, I think, a really good challenge, actually. Definitely not a penalty.
The worst.
And then, look at this, though. Sandro, he won the ball. He won the ball,
This is what
and
I
then
mean.
makes a diving run, perfectly onside.
Yeah, no, it's a great goal. It's a good goal. And it's just
Watch,
it's
look at
Chelsea
that.
not being ready for the
Look at
intensity
that.
of the game.
The interception
Yeah.
on Chalobah, I think, did it? No,
Lavia.
Lavia.
Someone who, let me just say this, Lavia didn't give the ball away against Liverpool, but he's given it away within 90 seconds
Yeah.
here at Newcastle.
That is.
You
Look,
can't do that.
let's have a look at this, though.
Do that.
You see that the two people who are most forward in our team are Bruno Guimarães and Sandro Tonali, are the two most forward players.
That's the intensity that we spoke about before the game. Like, you can't go to Newcastle and not understand the levels of pressure that you're going to be put over within the first 90 seconds of the game. That is Chelsea's inexperience, but also, at the same time, in the same breath, that's you lot being great at what you're doing.
Really,
It's
really
finished now.
good goal. That shows the intensity, but we need now. The thing is here, this is as early as early goals get. And now
Yeah.
what do we do? Do we say, right, this is fantastic, we've got a 1-0 advantage. How do we play now? Do we go for the second, the third, or do we set off? And I really hope it's the
What
first.
are you lot singing when you say E-I-E-I-E-I-O?
Up the Premier League we go.
Premier
When we
League
get
go.
to Europe, this is what we'll sing. We are Geordie, Super Geordies, Eddie is our king. Right, that's a lovely first touch there. Really, Sandro
No,
again. He's
Chelsea
fantastic.
need to wake up here. Seriously, wake up. How you got to get the ball, keep the ball, and play the game as if it's 0-0, and play the game smart. Don't chase the ball now. Chelsea, if we let Newcastle have possession, Barnes injured, great, bring him off, mate. Barnes is down, yeah, lovely. Take him off. Never want injuries for any players, but right now I don't care. This is brutal. This is Scarface. You do illegal activities, you become a millionaire, you celebrate. That's
Right,
it.
Barnes going to come off. I can see Willock coming on and us reverting to our normal 4-3-3 here.
Matt, Lavia dropped already? No, bro, too early. I know it's in Australia, early kickoff. You probably had a drink. No.
Look at that. The league table says Newcastle United in third place, 1 point behind second place Arsenal.
That was Lavia's mistake. Just to address you guys in the chat, yes, that was Lavia's mistake.
It's a huge mistake. He
It's-
lost the ball. It wasn't like he lost the ball and we immediately scored.
No, and again, it's an individual mistake, yes, but it's collectively the understanding of don't spend time on the ball in a place where you're going to go and have no time on the ball. That is the way that you set the team out and you give them the instruction. Get rid of it. When you're in that position in front of your back four, you don't hang around with the ball at your feet there. You don't do that at St James's Park. Are you stupid?
Yeah.
You get rid of it. You don't wait around and look around. You don't have the time and the luxury to do that the way that we do against Joe
Joe
Linton
wearing
was-
the top as well, man. He's just so cool. There's Joe Linton. He's sitting drinking a coffee up in the stands as a fan because he's injured. He's wearing the classic '96 Newcastle United home kit with brown ale on it. He's such a cool dude. Yes, obviously they showed him there because he's obviously who would be playing instead of Barnes right now. I think we'll be bringing on Willock if he doesn't carry on.
Joe Pillock's coming on. That's really annoying because
however,
it's so simple.
there's got to be something else involved in that. And Lavia lost the ball about 23, 24 yards out. But that ball then went out wide to Murphy. It was then put back in, and somehow Bruno and Tonali were the people furthest forward for Newcastle United. I don't know where Isak was in that play. I was too busy getting excited. Yeah. But whatever Chelsea are doing here, that's allowed our two centre midfielders to be so comfortable to play as strikers getting on the end of the ball is what has got to change systematically for Chelsea, I think.
No, it's very true. It's very true. We can't pretend that we have the same luxury of having time that we usually have, especially at Stamford Bridge. We always have time on the ball. It's not going to work like that today. The same happened at Tottenham. We had that start at Spurs. Remember when we had Caicedo, right back, Lavia, central midfield. We went 2-0 down in 13 minutes. We had two mistakes from Cucurella that day, and then we beat Spurs 4-3. This is kind of smelling the same. I'm not any of you lot saying Lavia sucks in the chat. You can literally go and watch another stream or go and watch another game of football, please, because that's ridiculous. He made a mistake. Yes, you don't make mistakes in a game like this. We get that, but it doesn't mean he's rubbish, does it? Lavia out. I'm blocking him. I've had enough.
Somebody says, this doesn't work with a Newcastle fan celebrating the goal in front of a Chelsea majority audience. However, if Chelsea score, you're going to see a Chelsea fan celebrate in the face of a Newcastle fan. So the sweetest,
like this is this is we're about the football first and foremost, but I'm not going to say to Jack don't celebrate because this game means as much for both, and it's entertainment. What we're doing, it's entertainment. But Chelsea's still going to win 7-1, so it's okay. So don't worry about it.
Thank you, Skyro. Appreciate that a lot.
Lavia out. What? Oh, these are the football fans I can't deal with. Anyway, come on, Chelsea.
God, Jason Tyndall is a person in the technical area for Newcastle, not Eddie Howe.
That really is the worst start you can have, though. It's in James's Park. It's literally the worst.
Everyone is literally fresh off their free pint and they're celebrating a goal.
No, for real. Oh, shut up! All the commentators. Why do they hate Chelsea so much? Oh, this is annoying, though, isn't it?
Tino Livramento playing as an attacking mid here. Harvey
Barnes has miraculously taken a shot of the Lord's nectar, and he's fine again.
Certainly is. Ooh. They hurt them, man. You know, you're playing with two fully grown men.
Yeah, they do.
As well, any upset Chelsea fans with that one. The reason, not only the occasion of today of the celebration, it's also the fact that it was Sandro Tonali, who is just he's really one of my favourite players. And I think he deserves the best. Is that right?
Oh.
We are playing it.
You're playing very well.
We have a lot of players.
But I don't know why this is. It's not a surprise. It's not a surprise. Chelsea have got to be up for the level of intensity.
That's okay.
They're just. I feel like it's all reactionary when we're like this. Ironically, I'm also reacting.
Go on, Burn. Here we go. Right, we can build from the left-hand side now.
No.
Oh, what? Why didn't Tino shoot?
Don't want to score against former club mate.
Tino Livramento with a perfect.
Beat Anthony Gordon for a header. He's about 4'7". He's a pussy. Get up. Come on, Jackson. We can't get out. This is what, guys, what did I say in the preview to this game? You can't let Newcastle feel as though they do own the stadium, they do own the pitch, but don't let them play like that.
Oh,
Flipping heck, man. Joe Linton or not, like you're just running through the midfield at the minute.
Got Palmer playing extremely deep.
Chelsea need to score before half an hour. If it's 2-0, I'm getting in the cupboard.
Yeah.
I've said that for a few weeks. I said I'll get in the cupboard. If it's 2-0 by 30 minutes, game over. If Chelsea equalise before 30 minutes, game on. The longer it goes, the worse it will be. But this is like they need to wake up. Chelsea need to wake up.
I don't like an early goal. I have to say, I really don't like it. The other team, they don't feel as cautious. They'll be more on the front foot. I know we have dominated a lot of the ball thus far, but Chelsea are going to take less risks in their build-up play. They're going to be more direct in chasing the game. That worries
Well, we're
me
just
a lot.
inviting the pressure at the moment. We're playing too deep. We're not allowing anyone to step. Look at these tackles, man. This is about like actually wanting to play and make tackles. This is so annoying.
Oh, this could be
It's
interesting.
pathetic. It's words that like you're not really allowed to say in the modern world. Like
Bruno!
Oh, like wake up, you flipping pussies. I'm sorry, but just like stop being little melts. Like if you've got the ball, like understand someone's going to try and take you out with a tackle. Get rid of it. Why are you stood there holding on to it and not expecting someone to tackle you? I don't this is literally everything I said in my preview was about nullifying how intense it can be. We are literally playing into that. We are playing into the hands of the intensity. We are not distributing it quickly enough, and we're not understanding positionally and spatially how little time you have on the ball. That's got to change now. Otherwise, this is going to be a cricket score.
We do got some Chelsea possession here, looking quite comfortable in our half.
Yeah, this is what we'd have liked the first 5 minutes to be.
Yeah.
If the first 5 minutes are like this, then it's more of like it's a less reactionary game. At the moment, we're having to now react. Now we have to just own this for the next 10 minutes or so, score a goal before 30. Then it's okay.
It is definitely a good atmosphere in the stadium today. I can hear just Chelsea being on the ball is causing the stadium to erupt with whistles and boos, shouting, some chants coming from the Strawberry Corner. Get into them, F them up.
Is it? Do you reckon it'll be like this for the whole game, or?
I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see. It always depends on the pace of the game. I think like. If, for example, it continued like this and we had a couple of attacks and you
Then
went
it starts to become more like cheers, yeah.
To fade out, yeah. What's that possession now?
Wait. 50-50. Chelsea like this, but it's then about what you do with the ball. But also, like when we don't have the ball, teams don't press the way that you guys do.
Driving forward now with Harvey Barnes as a number 10.
They're going to score again.
Great block. Cucurella, great block. Being an outstanding player for Chelsea all season.
Yeah, Cucurella has been very good. I'm going to leave that open for a little bit.
Well, but is too far ahead though?
Yeah, good point. Reece James in. No, I wouldn't change this. It's not. This isn't a setup thing, guys. This is not a tactical thing. This is purely about personal awareness on the pitch about how much time you have on the ball. And the possession tells you that story. Last week against Liverpool, we had the same amount of the ball in the first few minutes. But Liverpool didn't have the urgency that Newcastle do, which should be obvious. That's what I'm saying. Newcastle clearly are going to want to have the ball and going to clearly want to go and score because they have something to fight for. Liverpool won the league. So you can have a little bit more of the ball against Liverpool last week, and then they're going to win it back clinically in certain areas. Newcastle want to win the game.
Sat 23. Chalobah, fantastic from Chalobah just there.
Yeah, good
he
tackle, good interception.
completely threw Isak off the ball and controlled it when the ball was in the air and behind him. He's like maturing season after season, Trevor Chalobah.
He's just a solid player. He can play across both positions and full back as well.
Sancho should have started. Not sure about that. Oh, that's a direct ball from
too
Botman. That's what I
easy.
was talking about. Oh,
Chelsea got to wake up here. This is ridiculous. This is suffocation. Well done, Cucurella.
that pass from Botman just
Newcastle all
split
over
the
him.
channels straight into the edge of the 18-yard box is exactly why we've been missing him during injury.
Well done, Sanchez, mate. Giving the ball away again. Yeah, don't worry about it. Just keep on taking all of those compliments we give you and then screwing it up the next day.
Here we
Lovely.
go. Chelsea with a 3-on-2.
Go on, this is a good position. Go on. What? Oh, cross in the box.
He's crossed it to our left winger.
To the non-striker that we have in the box. Okay, yeah, don't worry about me. Just keep hearing the same thing. Thank you, Isaac, for the £5.
Oh, playing far too confidently in the box there.
But doing well though. Getting out, doing well.
Bruno Guimarães beating Enzo Fernandez for pace somehow. He's probably our slowest player in the team. And we've won a foul up the pitch.
Enzo Fernandez is about as quick as me. If
Yeah.
I've got 3 parachutes on.
So Bruno and Enzo are going to be like two of the slowest South American midfielders.
Bruno and Enzo in a race, mate. We'd have to pay for 2 months of subscriptions to watch on the right channel because we wouldn't finish the race before the end of the second month.
They're going to get yellow cards because it's Argentina, Brazil.
I hope so.
They're gonna be going at each other.
I think this game needs a punch up. I'm getting to that point already where I'm like, there's no way we're going to do anything here. I need it to change soon. It could. I think it's more likely it's going to be 2-0 in the next 10 minutes, and it's going to be 1-1. Anyway,
We're going for a long free kick here.
Tonali Murphy over the free kick.
Oh, Isak could be on here.
No.
Oh, it's a bad hit. He's
Well
sliced
done,
at it,
Sanchez.
smashed it off the floor, and it was a high catch for Sanchez.
Reece James are cooked today. The longer the game goes on, the more maybe it's likely.
Reece
But
James
Reece is
always
not the same
cooks at
player.
St James's Park.
It's not the same player though. There's honestly, like as much as I hate it, I understand why you don't play as much as we'd like him to. He's not as fit as he used to be. He can't do that up and down roll anymore. He just can't.
How old is Reece James now?
25, but his legs are done.
So injured.
His legs are done.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, when people talk about how much it would take to sign him, it's like 25 million. If he's fit and he can
Yeah.
play, that's a steal and a half. But he's not.
Yeah.
And you don't get that same player that we all know is like Champions League winner and unbelievable footballer, but he's not going to play in that position.
Maybe Europe.
Go on, Nonny.
European League for him.
It would be probably better for him. Go on. Go on. Oh, Jackson Gamble. He doesn't move. Crossing the ball in the box is a certain way to get me to suck off Osimhen again. I'm so sick of it. Like, it's just so annoying. Like, have you seen Osimhen's right foot
Yeah.
can get higher than Jackson's like torso?
Highest jump.
Like, if Jackson was to jump in the air, Osimhen's like toe is higher than him.
Yeah.
Like, every time I see the ball clipped in the box like that, I'm just like, oh, can you please?
Yeah, but
Just sign the bloke. Just do it. Pay him the money. It's just over and over again. We get the ball in these amazing positions. I might be overreacting to that one opportunity, but still, like, he doesn't even gamble.
every cross that Chelsea put in the Newcastle United box has either been easily headed away by a... Oh, and here comes... Oh, there was
Well
a-
done, Sanchez.
To be
I
fair,
reckon Sanchez will love playing for Newcastle.
Sanchez dealt well with that. It was a very fast-moving situation. But, yeah, I think that the crossing from Chelsea and more so the strikers' positional players is just all off.
I'm not being negative. I'm still believing we can get in the game. I'm just, when the ball's in the box, if Rob Sanchez makes a mistake, or the ball is in the box and Jackson doesn't attack it, that's when I go into football is obvious mode. And football is obvious mode is when I've said all season we need a better goalie and we need a better striker. That's football is obvious mode. So when those things happen in big moments, I'm like, why are we not going to address this? We need to address this now. Because then if you address it, then you change the way that these moments go in football games. But that's just the thing, you know. But I actually like the way that we've actually got back in this game. We're controlling a bit of the ball now. I think we've done well to try and touchwood nullify that Newcastle ability at St James's Park to chase after a 2-3 goal lead and hold the game.
For us, it's a chance to reset the legs a little bit. A few of the centre backs can walk, and but yeah, I think the possession slider's certainly moving.
Let's have a look and see what it's saying.
Yeah,
50-50 almost.
Oh, and here we've got foul. Yeah, Chelsea are starting to find a little bit of rhythm, starting to find some control.
Playing a dangerous game, Chelsea, that could go one of two ways.
That's just
Love a good piece of commentary,
yeah.
that, you know? No
Well,
wonder people... Oh, blimey.
Well, you know, a football game's decided in 90 minutes.
Come on. Corner.
It's like when they say it's a game of two halves.
It's the best phrase in football, but also the most least valuable. I want to close the chat for a little while. We're reading the chat, but we're not. Just in case something happens and there's a delay. Come on, Chelsea.
Corner to Chelsea here. Cleared first man at the near post by Murphy. Straight out for another corner at the Strawberry Corner end of St James's Park.
Is that the Strawberry Corner?
It certainly is. The Strawberry Pub is directly behind that corner.
Nice. 3 pints today.
In the stadium, not at the Strawberry.
Ah.
£5 a pint in the Strawberry.
£5 a pint. That's not too bad. Come on.
Straight out by Botman.
Go on, hit it. Go on. Oh!
That was a really good
effort.
shot. He
Not
kept
bad
it low
shot.
as well
Yeah,
from
yeah, not
Caicedo. Caicedo. Got every syllable wrong there.
Some people call him Moises Caicedo.
Sigh.
A lot of research has been done in the build-up. Okay. Chat. I tried to close the chat in case of you guys giving the early goals, but... No, honestly, Chelsea from corners, we should send it back to Sanchez. Just call it a goal kick. I mean it.
Oh, awful back pass from Cucurella there.
We are growing into the game, huh? No, I agree.
Sanchez, not very good on the ball. Cucurella hands him a bloody 50-foot high lob for him to try and volley out.
Chelsea Football Club is very much a club that have no right to say make do with what you got, but we do make do with what we got. Like, we go and spend hundreds of millions every transfer window, but then, like, the same players that we buy will be like, you know what, Robert Sanchez? You don't like the ball at your feet. You know what I'm going to do? Stick it 7 yards above your head, mate.
You don't like it at your feet? Head it away.
Do you know what? My local takes nothing for a pint if you go in there when it's closed and you steal the pint.
My local takes £3.70. What sort of pint are we talking? Are we talking about an Abbott Ale or a John Smith's or something? I was talking about a Madri or your sort of Metropolitan Lagers. Fabian Schär.
Fabian Schär.
Why is Fabian Schär the furthest
why
man
is he
forward on the
there?
pitch? Murphy's coming in.
Look
He's
at
driving.
This is such
Harvey
good
Barnes
organisation.
picks up the ball on the left-hand side and he shoots with his left foot. And it's straight
it's
at
so easy.
the goalkeeper.
The whole Newcastle team has just walked through 9 Chelsea players there with such significant ease. Even Caicedo is getting out-muscled there by Harvey Barnes. Chelsea need to wake up to the occasion here because Newcastle are putting 105% on every tackle and we're putting in 93.
I do think we are getting a little bit overzealous with our position and play, and I think we
That's
should
good analysis.
calm down a slight bit. I saw Bruno was really far ahead just a second ago in open play without any set pieces. Fabian Schär was the furthest man forward. I do think we need to rein it in a bit.
Andrew Phillips, shut up, mate. We're all nonsense. Putting him in detention for 5 minutes.
Tennant's Lager, that's not bad. There's a few pubs in Newcastle that sell that, but a lot of them normally buy the can. In Scotland, you can get it nice and cheap, like. Ruddles at your local Spoons, that's belter. You can get that 99 pence all of January if you're at Spoons. With also a Bell's whiskey and lemonade.
Wow. What a beverage.
And a gin and tonic as well. January's 99 pence month.
Why aren't I banning those fake scores? Bro, just wait. I banned them.
What's a Geordie beer? Well, we have a lot of craft beer in Newcastle, lots of breweries. We've got Time Bank Brewery, we've got Granger Ale, we've got Full Circle, Brinkburn Brewery. We have a lot of very good craft beer. As far as commercially available, obviously Newcastle Brown Ale is not brewed in Newcastle since '95, made in America now, sold to an American company. Couldn't really tell you. I don't think there is a Geordie beer. That's just like a classic standard one you can pick up in Tesco.
No, stop. Chelsea need to understand about when it comes to like the measuring of a game and the understanding of like the way that you stand within a game. Chelsea need to be able to turn a position of being beaten into being competitive way quicker than we do. We try and find a foothold way too late in matches where it's going away from us. But what we don't understand about that is the longer a game goes 1-0, we don't find answers quick enough. This is one of those where actually right now the game needs a little turning of the dice. We need a rolling of the dice and we need a shifting of momentum, and it requires a little bit of something different.
One thing that I'm seeing from Chelsea that they need to sort out is these endless amount of fruitless long balls, particularly from Sanchez, but also some of the defence are just lobbing it long. It's going straight to our
Well, that's
back.
what the fruitless long balls are actually like. I'm kind of welcoming that. I'm kind of happy with that
This
because
forward.
we finally play a long ball. But the problem is, you play a long ball to what? You play a long ball to who?
Yeah, you don't have a player that's bringing it down.
We got no bit like Drogba, for example. I hate to be
Yeah.
revisionist all the time, but like Didier Drogba could be surrounded by 3 defenders, but he would somehow see the weight of a ball coming over, and he would get somewhere in between or in front of the defence, and he would chest it down and bring it down and spread it wide to Joe Cole or someone. Chelsea don't have anyone that even moves into the right position, let alone controls it in the right place. And we play out from the back, and we don't get anywhere. And then we try and do what we're doing today, which fair play, we're trying to do it, but nobody is able to control the ball.
Yeah.
So you're trying to do something, and it's like, yeah, okay, finally we've spent the whole season trying to understand the plan B. You don't have the right players to do that.
And yet the other thing is, in this situation now, you're talking about playing these long balls against potentially the tallest, if not one of the tallest defence in the league.
Like, what's that? What is that? What a waste of possession. What a waste of possession. You're giving it to someone who has got 0 aerial presence.
It was Cole Palmer. He's put a sort of curling ball into the box, trying to put it in the 6-yard box. You've got a 6'3" Nick Pope and a 6'7" Dan Burn against Nicholas Jackson.
No, honestly, Chelsea sometimes, it's like turning up to a flipping English exam with flipping Chinese notebook. That's what we're like. English literature, but with a Chinese notebook. It's stupid.
我觉得他的意思是非常好。
Yes. I'm pained. Oh, I'm pained as well. The longer football goes on when Chelsea are losing, the more I get frustrated. But I believe we've actually grown into the game quite well. I think we've managed to make it competitive, but we're now playing at a deficit, which is a problem because we've got to score and we've got to stop crossing it and expecting to score. So now we've got to... Madueke has not beaten anybody yet. Neto's not beaten anyone yet, right? Think about that.
Yeah.
They have both had the ball in... There you go.
We're driving at them now.
Newcastle
It's a 3v3 here.
Harvey Barnes, Anthony Gordon.
Gordon, yeah.
Is it Anthony or Anthony?
Uh,
Nice ball though. Nice ball.
it's with a TH, like, but I think he calls himself Anthony. Anthony Gordon.
Anthony Gordon. Anthony Gordon.
I always call him and Barnes Gorns and Barden.
Gorns and Burn. Gorns and Burn. Gorns and Burn. Half time we will be back. All right, well, why don't we just bugger off to the toilet then? And, we'll see you after. Good lord.
Oh.
Nah, yellow. Yellow for Jackson.
I will say this, right? I am going to say this. I haven't seen the replay of this foul yet. Let's have a little look. It's on Botman again. No, he's literally got... Oh, that could go to VAR, you know.
This is what I'm saying.
That could go to VAR for a red.
Stupid. Inexperience.
He's looking
Pathetic.
at Botman and he's lifted his elbow. He's running. He looks directly at
There's
Botman
no
and
one
lifts his
there.
elbow.
He's so lucky to get away with that with the yellow.
This could be a
Really,
red card.
seriously,
I just want to
could be.
say... I thought that was a yellow based on the fact that he's already been pulled. Look, he looks directly at him
that's
and
what
then
I mean.
elbows him.
Absolute idiot.
That's
Nicholas
I
Jackson,
think that's a red
wake
card.
up, you prat.
I think that's a red card.
Absolute. I think so too. I mean that. Seriously, it could be a red. That is pathetic.
Do you remember in the
Look
first?
at him.
In the first.
Now he's gobbing it.
Oh, it's
Piss
been
off.
checked. It has to be a red.
I'm going for
It has to be a red.
What an idiot. What an absolute prat. What an absolute idiot.
I feel for Chelsea fans
Why,
here.
but why is he even going in for that?
Oh, that is
why
bad.
Why are you doing that?
That is bad. The slow-mo is worse. He looks at him and then just does
I think
that.
it's a red card. I think it's
It has
straight
to
red.
be.
I really think it is.
I
I
wanna
do
say,
believe it. Look at that.
The first 30
Why-
seconds of this game, he was pulled for pushing Dan Burn in the
But
box.
because he does that, he
Yeah.
gets so like, oh, I'm Nicholas Jackson.
I'm gonna fight
Shut
everyone.
up, mate. You don't score enough goals to be that guy. Score more goals and then give it the big one. Diego Costa would score goal after goal after goal,
Yeah.
and he would give it everything. He would literally like tease with getting sent off, but never get sent off. He would never do what Jackson's doing there.
He's going to check it. He's
shut
going
up.
to check it. He'll
Oh,
have a look.
God.
Oh, we'll have a look.
Now, game over. I'm going in the cupboard. I'm going in the cupboard. It's not if he gets sent off now.
He has to.
I'm going in the cupboard.
He's got to show the ref the eyes, though. That's the eyes.
yeah,
and then
it is a red card. I'm angry at him because it's just pathetic. It's so pathetic.
It's
What are you doing?
You cannot do that. Like I say, guys, he's literally been pulled by the ref. This is his
Pathetic.
third offence in the game. The ref gives him a yellow, so we can see now that the ref has been very lenient this game already.
Absolute idiot. What an absolute idiot.
Sorry, did the commentator just say his eyes were fixed on the ball?
He was not looking at. He was never looking at the ball. Never. I'm a Chelsea fan who doesn't want him to be sent off. I'm not going to defend that. That's a red card.
It's shocking, that.
It's stupid.
Gotta be.
Stupid.
Ref's gone to his back pocket. No yellow
Oh.
card, and instead, it's a red card. Nicholas Jackson has departed St James's Park at 35 minutes. I feel for
You're an
Chelsea
idiot.
fans.
You're a prat. You're an absolute prat. Fuck off. Get out of my club. Champions League. Fuck off. Just fuck off.
You cannot argue it. I genuinely feel for you. I realise I'm in the Lions' Den. I realise yous are all Chelsea. I don't have any unfavouring opinions towards Chelsea. I feel for yous because that is absolutely he's lost his head. It's so stupid. He's completely lost his head. He's running, he sees the ball, and then he decides to look at Botman and jump and lead his elbow into the lower jaw of Sven Botman. That is the second foul he's made on Botman. And previously he was pulled by the referee for a talk for having been sort of having a scrap with Dan Burn in the first minute of the game. I said that if you go back in the first minute of this live stream here, first minute of this game here, I said Nicholas Jackson's lost his head already, and I could not have foreshadowed that any better. 36 minutes and 28 seconds of the game, Nicholas Jackson is walking up the stairs at St James's Park for an early shower.
That is honestly the most idiotic thing I've ever seen. And I'll say one thing. I don't actually mean get out of my club. That was an emotional reaction to the moment. I don't mean get out of my club. But I do mean take a flipping cold shower for the next 80 minutes.
Dan Burn! Oh my God, it was just like in the Carabao Cup.
This is the biggest game of the season. You've walked into the red card. Normally, you can kind of like, sometimes you can like, about red cards. That's a straight red.
That is,
and he has chosen to go in like that. A proper aerial striker does not go in like that.
No, they don't, because they back themselves to win the header. I was just saying to the chat there
so much,
that actually the last foul that Nicholas Jackson committed was a foul on Botman.
Honestly, like, this has wound me up so much you have no idea.
I think Botman's been getting at him, he's been making him uncomfortable, and he's reacted, and he's went to
that is
to
beyond
like that.
Idiocy. Beyond idiocy.
Beyond
idiocy. Beyond idiocy. That is so stupid. Twat. Absolute twat, mate. Honestly.
It's not get Nicholas Jackson out of my club now. It's get that attitude.
No, I don't mean
mentality.
that. I don't actually mean that. That's me being like in the heat at the moment. But like, the scene has been set from minute one. We went 1-0 down because we were getting pressed out of our buttholes, right? You're playing against a team that are going to absolutely chase you and do everything they can to get under your skin. And you're in a moment where there's nothing happening, there's no pressure, and you go in with like this like it's like me being angry and so mad that I exit the stream at 1-0. If I was to turn the stream off because I'm like Chelsea are losing 1-0 and I turn the stream off, then I'm the reactionary idiot. What Jackson has done here is he's gone in with the wrong kind of aggression on a football pitch in the aim of trying to win a football, forgetting about the rules of the game, without understanding how to actually try and body a defender. And as a result of that, he's gone and got sent off and we got no hope now. We're going to get battered here.
Yeah.
All because our striker can't win aerial battles, doesn't know how to win a flipping header, doesn't know how to chest the ball down. Fuck off, man. Fuck off. But no, this summer we're gonna go and buy a 20-year-old who's gonna become really good. I'm losing it. That's the worst thing that could have happened. I'd rather we'd gone 2-0 down than that.
Yeah.
I'd rather we 2-0 down than that.
I was literally just saying that I genuinely feel for Chelsea fans there, because I want to win this game on a level playing field, and
go on.
Neto nearly scored there with a ball in from Madueke, ball into the 6-yard box along the floor. Neto just couldn't, it was just behind him, I think, couldn't get his foot round to pick that up there. Yeah, I really want to win this game, of course, but I want to win with pride, and I think, you know, I'm not going to say it's unfortunate or whatever, because it's an out-and-out red card. It's not like a controversial VAR check. Didn't even need VAR for that. What the bloody hell was that, Murphy? He's just booted it into the leasers. Yeah, but for a personal player to get his personal interest in the way, it's obvious that Botman has been rustling him up. He's been like getting in. He's probably been saying something to him when they've been marking. And Nicholas Jackson has lost his head.
That's what I mean, because you can see in the slow motion replay the way that his eyes go from like 50-50 challenge to I'm 5, you're 95, so therefore I'm going to have to go in crazy methods to get 50-50.
Yeah.
Are you stupid?
It looks like that. I want to leave something in on you.
Yeah,
it
yeah.
Looks
He
like,
wants
it looks
to,
aggressive.
He wanted to hurt him. For what? For what? Wait, what are you going to get out of winning the ball there? Apart from, like...
He's got nobody with him. It was a long
no
ball.
one there.
Yeah.
No one there. Guys, honestly, I'm raging. I'm totally raging for good reason. Because 1-0 at Newcastle is already difficult. 1-0 with 10 men because your striker doesn't know how to competently be a striker is a flipping disgrace. It's an absolute disgrace.
A couple of donations came in there.
Tom Dowling, thank you, mate.
And
It's total incompetence. Like, there's no defending it. No defending it. I'm not going to defend it at all. There is not a single 0.5% of me that is not going to say that Jackson is an absolute prat. What's at stake here? What is at stake here is, one, my reaction is valid. 155%. Because this game means everything to both clubs. You ain't going to catch Alexander Isak, an elite goal-scoring world-class striker. You're not going to catch him going and flipping elbowing Levi Colwill for no reason, under no pressure. Twat, man. Absolute twat.
we've just hit minute 42, for people wondering in the chat there.
I'd forgive Jackson for missing 100 chances, but
1,000 chances.
don't get me started on the chances he's missed. Don't get me started on the amount of points we dropped because he's missed chances.
Oh.
Harvey Barnes, good effort.
Very good defender.
Chelsea
there.
defending with our lives now. 1-0
Chalobah
now is
has
fine.
been exceptional this game, I really do think.
Yeah, he stood up. He's
yeah.
big time stood up. Be quiet. You can get out as well. Be quiet, George. Go to a different stream, mate. I'm losing it here. You're on 30-minute timeout, mate.
Yeah,
I get this power. Like, I'm like, yes.
I have to say here that obviously a very kind donation from the last person. They said they're forgiven for missing 1,000 chances, but I have to say though, you can forgive if you didn't miss all these chances, you just wouldn't be relying on Champions League for this game.
Yes, you're right. You're spot on. If he didn't miss so many chances, we don't even have this game as like a.
Yes.
Every action in this game deserves the response I'm giving it right now, because every goal matters, every tackle matters, every save matters. It's huge. We're playing against 10 men at the hardest stadium in the whole league, like even Liverpool. Pardon me. This is the hardest place to go in the whole league. Had that thing with the girl. Don't get me started about the flipping girl on TikTok, mate. Constantly misses chance. Oh, don't. You guys know who I want to sign.
Oh.
No, can't give away silly penalties too.
I don't think it would have been a pen. I think nothing's going to happen now because I believe that was outside the box. But Kukurea may or may not, couldn't really see without a good close-up, but it may or may not have fouled Jacob Murphy there, but I think it was on the edge of the box.
Newcastle in again. Caicedo does well. Was that Lavia? Caicedo.
We can't sign Salah, Benson, someone says.
Oh no! Blimey! That's the end of the world! Why is it the hardest stadium to play in? Because it's the only stadium that gets into your head. It's like, I'm telling you, I've said this from the preview from weeks ago. If you let Newcastle score an early goal, you let Newcastle beat you. Newcastle aren't as good as Liverpool. They're not as good as Arsenal. But if you actually let them use their home advantage... So why is Sanchez not picking... Why has he not picked that ball up?
I can't believe that Isak's managed to get another touch on that.
How is... Oh my goodness. Oh my God.
6 minutes.
6 minutes? Bloody... I need a 67-minute break, I think. I don't want to see the rest of this game. I really don't. This is why I wanted to hide in the cupboard.
Look at this. What? He's scared to go in with his hands there.
Why?
He
You're a
went in with his
goalkeeper.
knees.
He's a goalkeeper.
I get he's blocked the near post. He has made himself big or whatever, but he's got to lead with his hands there, surely.
Jackson has a very low IQ. This isn't something you can overcome in training. Dumb is dumb. He doesn't have the... Look, Nicholas Jackson, I think, is a good footballer.
Yeah, but so does Cole Palmer, and he's bloody brilliant.
There you go. But Nicholas Jackson's not a striker that leads the line for a club that are winning trophies, winning titles, and inevitably fighting at the end of the season for a position over teams like Newcastle that have got world-class strikers. Go on, Neto. Go on. Noni. Have we had a shot yet in this game?
You've managed, I think, four shots, but 0 on target this far.
We've had four shots.
Yeah, 0 on target.
3 no saves for the goalkeeper. No, this has been rubbish.
Yeah, Nick Pope has not had anything to do other than pick the ball up above Nicholas Jackson's head.
Nicholas... Don't get me started on him. Don't get me started.
You surely have started.
No. I've already started, but like, trust me.
There we go. They've brought it up.
This is what I said when I said earlier about like the way that like football fans are like, oh, you're so reactionary.
I'm sorry, but look at this now. Watch the way we're passing the ball. Look at the Chelsea body language now.
Yeah, what can they do though? What can they do?
We've got to conserve energy.
If
anything,
anything,
but they're walking now.
If anything, like I actually am happy with that because the longer it stays 1-0, the more I'm waiting for a moment. Not that I think I don't think we're going to score a goal here. I don't think that at all. And I've watched Chelsea hundreds of times on this channel, and I've seen 1-0 as the scoreline, red card or not. I know that we ain't going to score. Today we're not going to score. We're not. Impossible. Absolutely impossible. The attitude is wrong, fundamentally. And we got... I'm not going to dig Maresca out here at all because Maresca didn't go and elbow the Newcastle player in the face.
What does Maresca do at half-time?
What does Maresca do at half-time? Tactically, I don't see what he can do. I really don't see what he can do, personally. I don't know how you can be a young manager and motivate a young group of players to suddenly like flip every switch. Like what can you do here? Like even Nottingham Forest would be better equipped here. Even Southampton would be better equipped here. Go on.
Neto's a drive and run here.
Run. Well played.
Won a corner.
That's what I'd say. What I would say is get Neto the ball and get him, who's someone who always gives 100%, to drive. Neto is poor. Andrew, what do you think 10 men are going to do here? Neto's got no choice. He's got no striker to aim for. He's got to run forward and do everything he can to create a set-piece situation which gives us the best chance.
I am so used to inherently supporting an underdog my entire life that I just clapped when Neto won a corner.
But that's the way the game's gone now. Newcastle have fundamentally destroyed Chelsea in this first half, and the score's only 1-0. They have mentally manipulated this football team.
3 players on the floor after a corner. What is going on?
It's okay though. We signed a guy from Brentford, and we spent £1 million on him to become in and to work on our set pieces. And we're really good now. We don't concede every game from corners, but we concede more than most teams in the Premier League. And we never score from corners. Oh, here we go.
I feel for Palmer there. I do think that Gordon ran into Palmer there. I believe it has hurt him. He's tangled his legs. But it does actually look like Gordon ran into Palmer there.
We also got a rugby guy from New Zealand's rugby establishment who's a mentality guy.
Right,
he came into Chelsea to try and instill like a winning mentality into our players.
Well, I mean, you've had a decent run of form, all in all.
Enzo
Fernandez has just been booked for dissent, even though he's the captain, so he's gone far beyond his ability to
this
speak
is my
to the
point.
ref.
Mentality isn't about like, we're the best team ever, so therefore we get the best results ever. It's about managing yourselves. What is that guy doing at Chelsea if he's coming in and we can't even hold our heads when we've gone down to 10 men? What's the point?
He's the captain of your club.
What's the point?
He's
I'm not going to dig Enzo Fernandez out for it either. I'm digging out the overall just mediocre, youthful... It's pathetic. Nicholas Jackson is an absolute plonk. And if you think he's getting away with it... Pick the ball up, Sanchez! Use your 2 limbs, use the 2 things on the end of your arms, and pick it... Mate, I'm losing it here. Like, why is Rob Sanchez allergic to picking up the ball? He's like, oh...
He's so relaxed. He's too
Bro,
relaxed.
he looks like he's smoked 10 joints on the strip in Nana Plaza, bro. He looks like he's got like 7 girls about to go and lap dance him. What are you talking about?
Oh, come on. It's a game of 2 halves.
It's not,
It's a game of two
bro,
halves.
it's not a game of 2 halves. It's over. It's over.
Right, last second, and that is the first half complete.
This is
I'm going to have a toilet break.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to go into the middle of the screen for a minute. Guys, this is awful. This is awful. Not only do we not have Nicholas Jackson for the second half, let me remind you, we don't have Nicholas Jackson for the rest of the season. He got a straight red card. He got a straight red card. Nicholas Jackson is an absolute prat. He's a prat, mate. Like, I don't care. I don't care what anyone says about, oh, Benson, come on, give him... Fuck off. Fuck off. Nicholas Jackson just got a red card for no reason when we have... Sell him. Sell him. Sell him. I mean it. I mean it. You can't, like... Honestly, I'm livid. I have watched us this season have some dreadful performances, but I swear to you, I am more annoyed now about that red card than any defeat we've had this season. Any defeat. It's a pathetic red card. Pathetic red card. Calm down. Tell me why I should calm down. I'm angry. Okay, yeah, fine. Fair enough. Yeah, you're right. You're right. All right. Yeah, I do like Nicholas Jackson too. I do normally, but that's a ridiculous time to make such a stupid call in the hardest game that we've got. And now he's not even going to be there for the Man United game. He's not going to be there for the Forest game. Nicholas Jackson's season's over. Jackson's season is over because of that stupid tackle. So if you think it's about the fact that, oh, Chelsea are 1-0 down after 2 minutes, where's the Kinder Joy? Kinder Joy's coming in a minute. Just give me a second to get this off my chest first, please. It's not just the fact it's today. We can lose today and still get top 5. Jackson's the only proper striker we've got at the club, and now he can't play for the last 2 games. All because he doesn't know how to challenge for a ball in the air. Piss off. But don't worry. Don't worry, we'll try and go and sign a flipping other 20-year-old who's also a little bit inexperienced and doesn't know how to flipping challenge for the ball in the air because we want to build 100-point... Don't get me started, man. Don't get me started. That is a disgrace. A disgrace. I'm not overreacting. I will spend 10 minutes in 6 Things We Learned talking about how bad that is, how bad of a moment that is, because they got replays for it. You can see the eyes that he gives the defender. You know how much time he's got to go and challenge for that. He's got all day to go and challenge for the ball properly. All day. But he goes in with his flipping elbow up. When there's no pressure on him. No pressure whatsoever. No pressure whatsoever. It was bad enough if the score's 0-0. The fact that we conceded in the first 2 minutes because we can't manage the intensity of football games... Then that's the part that's even more of a problem. That's fundamentally what it is. Anyway, the good thing is this is an early kickoff, and I am already as angry as I could be. So by the end of this game, like 0 points is 0 points, and hopefully I'll be over it by the time we play Man United on Friday. Whatever. We're still in it, but we're not. We're playing with 10 men, which we... Historically, how good are we with 10 men? How good are we with 10 men? And we're playing against a Newcastle team at St James's Park on a Sunday lunchtime. Oh, brilliant. Like, I would much rather Nicholas Jackson miss 3 sitters and get sent off. I really would. But don't worry, he's already missed 10 plus sitters. It's fine. Mate.
Have you?
I've had a rant. I'm
Have you
fine.
had your therapy?
Fine.
I'm sorry, Chelsea fans. It's not ideal. I have to be honest. I'm very happy with the result, but this is not the way I wanted to win it. I would love to win 11 versus 11, have a real good game, but I'm happy, of course, but I wanted an exhibition. You know, I wanted a proper shootout.
Yeah, I agree. Maresca also on a yellow. Like this is what you get when you get inexperienced players, an inexperienced manager. And I know it sounds like I'm flip-flopping big time, but like when it matters most on a football pitch, in a football season, at any stadium, at any point, right? It's like same as Arsenal. No one can say Arsenal have been awful because they got knocked out by PSG. But when it mattered the most against PSG, they didn't show up. So Arsenal are absolutely walking into criticism. Why is it any different? It's not about, oh, you can't flip-flop. Yes, I can. Football is about what you do on any given match. You can win the Champions League and then at the start of the next season lose 6-0. Oh, because you won the Champions League. You don't need to criticise the fact that you lost 6-0 to... Do you know what I mean? It doesn't work like that. Football is one game, next game. 1 minute you're ecstatic, next minute you want to flipping rip your eyes out. And it's about understanding at the end of the season, about being a sum of your parts. Newcastle right now, they were, 14th in December?
Yeah, bouncing between sort of 12th and 13th. The halftime analysis is just highlighting Sandro Tonali's run for that goal. It is even deeper than I thought. It actually starts with him in centre-back position. He runs the entire length of the pitch, wins the ball from Lavia, passes it across, and then makes a run into the box with a really nice ball where he hits it off the floor and over the top.
Yeah. It's a perfect. It's actually reminiscent of Enzo Fernandez's goal last week against Liverpool, where Enzo is the last person running into the box. Most goals in the opening 2 minutes in the Premier League this season. Newcastle have 4, Brentford 4, Wolves 2. Do you reckon that's relevant? I think it is. I think that's definitely relevant today.
I would like to see how many of them are home games.
That's a really good question. I think they're probably all home games.
Yeah, I would guess so.
I would guess they're all home games. Mate, I'm so annoyed because I don't know if you heard, but like the main thing is Jackson doesn't just miss the second half. He misses the Man United game and the Forest game.
It's violent conduct. It's the rest of the season, isn't it?
Red card, straight red.
Yeah.
Are you done ranting?
No, I'm not done ranting, but yeah,
finish
please. Please.
Do you want to keep going?
It's time
No,
for
no,
the
no, you
Kinder Egg. Everybody
And pomelo.
loves the Kinder Egg.
Because
Oh,
you haven't
and
tried
your
pomelo
first time
yet.
ever eating pomelo.
We're going to react to food because Chelsea are...
Careful.
Instead of...
No, I don't care. Chelsea are pathetic. They're embarrassing.
I've got some moonshine.
We don't
Looks
have
like
any more
piss.
ice and none of that was in the fridge, so...
That's all right. I've got a warm moonshine. And we're going to react to food because Jackson and Sanchez are not good enough to play entertaining football. So here we go. My first time having a pomelo.
You say it very well.
It's zesty. It has a dry... It has like a dry and firm exterior, but a juicy interior.
Can you do it in Chinese? Do it in Chinese.
Yeah, do it in Chinese.
这是非常好吃。就是地道的中国的菜。我爱这个。
That's very good.
It's a very lovely pomelo.
Very good,
It's
okay.
a very good pomelo. Right.
I've got a cream egg.
I like this game.
I haven't opened up a cream egg since... The what?
Kinder Joy. Mate, these are absolutely
I've never
unreal.
opened up a Kinder Joy ever.
Honestly, which football live streams you come onto in the Premier League and you hear Chinese?
I've got a spoon.
I got a spinty.
What do I open first?
One of them's a toy, one of them's chocolate.
One of them's a toy.
Yeah, look, we've got a whole collection here.
I don't. This is awful.
Oh, I've got some toys.
Oh look, you got seahorse.
Seahorse?
Yeah.
Hey, I should have that one.
You
Hey.
should.
But it's blue.
That's true. Yeah, that's weird,
a
that,
blue
isn't it?
seahorse.
It's a blue
Interesting.
seahorse when Newcastle were there.
I have
A buffalo.
a buffalo.
Oh, you should have.
Howie!
I got that the wrong way around. Sorry, guys.
So what is up, pimps, hoes, and buffaloes?
So what is up, pimps, hoes, and buffaloes? Welcome back to another video.
Aw.
Are you going to hear us?
Sorry.
God, we got fans. Wow. I actually feel like a child.
It's got no
You
sugar.
do.
Sorry, I'm like really
You've done it well.
That's mad, isn't it? That that's a buffalo.
No, that's its leg.
Sorry, I put its leg on its head. I made him a better footballer than Nicholas Jackson. Right,
Nicholas Jackson's a prat, mate. I'm sorry. I'm so angry with him.
this is what I've got.
I don't know. You gotta do the ASMR with your nails.
And inside looks like chocolate truffles and a dry yogurt.
You look like Eden Hazard, apparently.
I think
I-
you've done the
That's
spoon.
quite. I think that is a
spoon is
massive compliment.
What? What do I do
The
wrong?
spoon is backwards. I think. Well, it's
Look at this.
okay.
I'm backwards.
There you go.
Crunchy and dry and chocolatey.
So who actually gets this one? Because it's blue, but it's a seahorse.
I'll take the seahorse.
I'm baffled. I can't make this.
Together. I'm a pro at this now. I do this every week.
Look at that, lads. Lovely
Mm.
that. You want that? There you go.
Mm.
Thank you very much.
So
They are well good, to be fair.
yeah. Would you like anything else? Oh look,
Is there any more vodka on it?
No, because I left that little bit for Jack's second one. Because yeah.
Aries.
Well, we can share this lovely warm one.
No, that looks awesome. What is that?
It's
Sorry,
your
I
buffalo.
pissed in that before I came in. Your buffalo, love.
Yeah. All right, we'll leave you to.
Do we have any more alcoholic beverages or not?
There's Bailey's and Kahlua.
I love a Bailey's, to be fair.
Okay.
Yeah,
There's
I
no
would
anything
love
else?
a Bailey's.
There's no ice.
Oh, that's all right. Put it in there.
Put
I
it
can
in,
make
like-
you a hot chocolate with Bailey's.
you
On.
could
No,
put it
no,
in
no,
the
just
freezer
nice
and
Bailey's.
then after, like,
Just a
15
nice,
minutes it'll be
no,
alright.
Bailey's would be
That's
lovely.
true.
But
Do you want it cold
I'll
in
pass
15?
on
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Baileys.
yeah,
15.
yeah.
Oh, well, there we go.
Oh.
Seahorse. Seahorse. That's all right, isn't it?
It's not bad, mate.
Here you go, my love.
This is so ridiculous.
It is.
This isn't even a fun
Oh,
game
yes,
anymore.
Look how much I've got. Yay.
Oh, well, there you go.
He looks a bit like Hitler. I love how it's got no punctuation either. It's just like, nah, mate, you look a bit like
A
Hitler.
bit like.
A bit like, what
Oh,
is
he
it?
said a lot.
Oh, a lot like Hitler.
That's not very nice, actually.
That's proper nasty, like.
The hazard thing is something I've gotten in person more than 100 times, especially like in Asia.
That I don't see it.
No,
personally.
neither do I, but it seems like Japanese people I get it a lot from. Chinese people I get it endlessly from.
Maybe.
I don't know what it is.
I'm so annoyed. The game is done by half time. It's
I
done.
would love to be in the tune now. It would be very nice.
Like this is honestly such a. Someone saying George with exclamation. What do you need, mate? What do you tell me? Talk to me. Tell me how you feel right now. I know you're shouting at me with your exclamation marks, but like, what is going on, man? Like, how can you not turn up for the first couple of minutes and track your runners and be intercepted in the middle? I'm not overreacting either, because these games are won by emotion. These games are won by pressure, and we have literally ticked every box. If you were going into a country and you were about to like sign in your flipping immigration form, and they're like, "Have you got any dried meat in your bag?" You're like, "No, I don't." Like, most of the time, you go in. What Chelsea have done today is we've gone into the immigration with the form and we've been like, yeah, I've got dried fish, I've got fruit, I've got everything, mate. But I don't want you to ask me questions. That's what we've done. We've gone in there and been like, yeah, I've got everything illegal that you want me to bring into this country. It's an embarrassment. The league
analogies
table.
are fantastic.
They're awful. I'm trying to think of things to explain it, because I can't get my head around just how... The game was over in 2 minutes, Jack. Like, I spent the whole week building this game up. Chelsea have sent their players out for the second half 7 minutes earlier than normal. Does it matter? Oh, yes. Thank you,
Any
cousins.
coconut water?
No.
Okay.
Thank you.
Coconut water.
Yes. Coconut water.
We've got cinnamon raisin bagels.
No, rubbish.
Cinnamon raisin bagels, man.
Cinnamon raisin.
Oh, Reece James has come on.
Ah,
Interesting.
I can't even get excited.
Who have they taken off? What's the new shape? What's going on?
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are grey. You'll never notice how much I love you until you've taken my Chelsea away.
That was beautiful.
Problem is, they've actually taken my Chelsea away. My Chelsea don't play like this. They don't. They don't play like this. They don't go into must-win games and cup finals and lose them all.
But you're in the Club World Cup.
I don't care, Zacharias. We did that years ago. We were the first team to qualify for that whole tournament.
Who won it? Boca Juniors.
Boca Juniors are in it. No one's won it yet. It's coming up. Right.
No, last time.
If Chelsea win this game from here, I will go on a 36-hour bender and I'll live stream it all. I won't, but I have got so little faith right now. But if I get proven wrong, I will be so happy.
Yeah, I have to say, I'm not as comfortable as you might think I am. I really, really need a second goal for me to...
I think you're seriously forgetting who you're playing against. Like, we... Oh.
I dropped my crisps.
Yes, I drive my Pomelos. I'll take the Pomelo down to my cellar.
Right, Chelsea, come on. Against all the odds, Faroes, Champions League 2012. Let's do it. Shout out to everybody. Smack a like on the stream. We're nearly at 1,000.
Get up there. Get them likes up.
43,000 views. It's not bad. Good bloke. Jack's a good guy, guys. Check Jack's link in the description. As much as we're not happy about the loss, we do love a bit of Jack on the stream. Let me change the old. Yeah.
Yeah, shut your mouth, man.
Shut your mouth, man, because people like you are all trouser or box at letting, you little bastard. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Hey. Chelsea. Chelsea.
Thank you, Green Blues. Newcastle is a good place to go for a very nice day, afternoon, and night out.
Not bad.
Whereas Newcastle is a city where there is no such thing as an away bar. Every single away team is welcome in every one of our bars in Newcastle.
Is that true?
Absolutely, we do not do away bars. You're allowed to come in with your colours on, wear your kits, do whatever, and all the Geordie lads and lasses are happy to have a pint with you, discuss the game, all the rest of it. We are welcoming people, and we have the highest amount of pubs within a half-mile radius of a stadium in the Premier League. So there you are.
Well, if that isn't a bigger reason to be even more annoyed right now, they're not even nasty people. We can't even be that angry. I don't know what is. Look, I got you.
Yeah.
Don't say that. That's because of you. Awful. It's not even football anymore. It's not even a football game. Nasty fashion! I'll tell you about nasty fashion, you little nasty fashionable fascist. I'm gonna take the piss in the second half because I can't be bothered. I just can't be asked. Chelsea have done it again. They've got me to a point where I just can't be bothered.
Ooh.
That's nasty, that.
Tino, I'm surprised he's back up and going there. That is a nasty fall.
Chelsea need a red card. Chelsea need a red card for Newcastle.
I was going to say, you've
No.
already done one and get one
I
of
don't
them.
want to play with 9 men. Reece James has kind of sat into like a right centre-back position, so we're going to go and put wing-backs,
Caicedo
I guess, which allows Caicedo to advance into an 8 position. Lavia kind of playing a hold-in by himself now. You need to find a new colour for Jackson for 6 things. No, red boxes are red boxes. Like, 6 things is 6 things for a reason. Go on. Good effort. Well done.
It's a shot on target.
Yeah, no, I'll take that. Well done.
First shot on target of the game for Chelsea there. Nick Pope is a goalkeeper you can test. I can't knock him for that.
There's been many times where people have said you need to change the boxes.
Ooh.
No,
Why do it? Why do it? It's not being given by the referee, but there is a Reece James.
They will look at it. They'll look at it. That looked like a penalty, didn't it?
Reece James, it's been carried on. Reece James has lunged into the back of Anthony Gordon there.
I think it's okay.
Yeah,
I think it's okay.
It looks like it's not. Yeah, it's just a bit physical. I wouldn't say that was a foul. It's just more physical. The referee dismissed it straight away. VAR haven't even checked it. So yeah, not.
Come on, Chelsea. Yeah, fine. Come on, let's go.
Gordon is a world-class diver. I think that's
chance
absolutely wrong. I think he was sort of had a collision with a extremely muscly Reece James running at full speed. Anyone's going to fall over in that position. Right.
How have they walked through?
Also, I think a lot of people don't realise that the Anthony Gordon of Everton is an entirely different person and
Go on,
player.
Caicedo. Go on. Go on.
He is at
Carry it.
Newcastle.
Yes, that's brilliant. Go on. Come on. There's no one there, though. Oh.
Chelsea look refreshed after the second half. They're on the front foot. They're attacking. They've got shots on target in already.
5 beers if score at 55. Okay. I think I've seen that guy's name before. He puts bets on like goals in certain minutes of the game and then comments until that happens. If we somehow come away with a draw here now, this is going to feel like 3 points.
Chelsea going back to start again. Cucurella fed well there.
Lovely ball. Go on. Bad touch.
Oh, that's nice football. Oh, it's too far.
Go on, Levi. Win it. Win it.
Yeah, he's got to win that, hasn't he?
Yeah, get up, Gordon. You little rat. Lovely pass, Sanchez. Go on. Now drive with it, Caicedo. Go on. How are the attempts that close? It's not that close, is it? That's goal
There you
kick.
go.
Yeah,
Dan
what a
Burn
tackle.
celebrating
Dan
at
Burn.
the
Yeah.
crowd, as I said he would.
That's what you said was going to be the difference maker in the game. Dan Burns tackles. That's a great tackle. That's definitely a right decision. Goal kick.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Dan Burn right there celebrating at the Bees' east corner. Joel Chalobah has been playing, I would say, exceptionally well. I think he's been highlighting the Chelsea team this game.
I agree. I think Trevor's done a very good job.
Never seen Isak do that before. Getting argue with the goalkeeper.
PJ, thank you for the donation, mate. I'm not going to do any different boxes. Red boxes are red boxes. Like, red box is a bad one. Like, it's bad enough. Like, there's... I'm kind of over it at this point. Like, I'm kind of already accepting defeat and looking forward to next week. I'm not going to lie. I'm being serious. Genuinely. Like, if we come away with anything here, this is a steal and a half. An absolute steal. We have been forced into this position of not being competitive by our own inabilities. Seriously. Genuinely.
Someone's made a good point there. It really, Fabian Scher book there. It doesn't look like you're missing Nicholas Jackson thus far. And funny enough, it's only been 7 minutes into the second half and you've registered a shot on target which you failed to do in the first 36 minutes of the first half.
This is not news, bro. This is not news. Jackson, when he's in the game, Jackson, and he's working deeper in the field, Jackson's not a striker. He's not a striker. Even at Villarreal, he's not a striker. The only reason people are like, well, you can't say that. He's not a winger. He's not this. Is because he's played striker for Chelsea and people have only ever watched him at Chelsea. So people are obviously going to say, yes, he is a striker. Jackson does his best work. Like, people on the screen can't see it. But where Barnes has got the ball now is where Jackson's at his best. That's where Jackson's best footballer.
Driving forward.
That's not where a striker is.
No.
That's not a striker. But Chelsea play as if he is in the box. If he is ready to head the ball in. Like, it's a disgrace, man. Like Jackson, and again, I'll say it again. Jackson right now, like this is the angriest I've been with the player all season. All season. Like I'm not gonna let go of this one. I'm not. But he's not a bad footballer. He's just a kid. He's just a kid. And it comes back to the same things when I talk about Chelsea all the time. They're all kids. No wonder we concede in 2 minutes. Newcastle got players pressing. Understand the magnitude of a situation. Chelsea players on the ball, casual, cool. We're good footballers, so we'll be all right. No, we're not. Not that good. There's a big difference. Big difference.
Something's changing for Newcastle United here.
Newcastle pretty nervous, I think.
There seems to be a substitution here for Sven Botman.
Coming off.
Yeah. Lewis Miley coming on, the young 17-year-old Lewis Miley coming on, which will be into centre midfield. So it looks like we're going to revert into our normal 4-3-3. Botman's came off. Tino Livramento's going to move to left back, I would say, and Burn with Shah in the middle.
Who's going to play right back?
Interested to see. Maybe Murph. Or I cannot see it. Maybe someone else coming on.
Ludicrous action of a... Goodness me.
I guess it was. It was a bit ludicrous anyway.
So true, Derek. Jackson was born offside. Deary me. No, I'm fuming, man. I'm fuming.
Someone said, do we really think that was ever a red card? It was bloody night and day, mate.
Mate, it was so obviously a red card. I wish it was more contentious because then I would have less negative anger towards Nicholas Jackson. It was a red all day. No.
Thought for a moment he got the better of Reece James, but it was not to be. Pedro Neto for Chelsea.
Yeah, Jacob Murphy's gone to right back.
Oh, look at this from Dan Burn, man. That's how you turn up and play.
33 years
Well
old,
played.
Dan Burn. Dan Burn is like the Jordi Thiago Silva. He's getting better.
No,
with
for
age.
real. Like that's not an exaggeration. He's been absolutely brilliant.
Lavia now to Caicedo.
Lavia now to Caicedo.
Enzo Fernandez.
No, I'm in the headspace now where I expected to lose this game, so I'm gonna just stay there for a bit. Go on. Oh, that's it. Lovely cross in the box. Great. We've got a player to attack that, don't we?
Yeah, you have no striker now.
We don't. We have. We'd have done the same thing even if we did. What's it they say? The definition of insanity is doing the same things over and over again, expecting different results.
Look, 80% possession for Chelsea in the second half.
Yeah. Chelsea have had the ball, but like, what do we do? What can we do? What can we do? And this is perfect from Eddie Howe because you know what? Chelsea with possession is worth what? Nothing. Chelsea are better without the ball. That's obvious. We've known that all season. But no.
Isak winning, Levi Colwill winning a duel with Alexander Isak there.
Well played.
Very furious with his teammates for leaving him in that 1v1 situation.
In the lurch. Dan Burn's going to score today, I think.
He's already had, his first one was absolutely amazing. I don't think it was on target, I think just wide.
Yeah.
But two, I'd say like a 1.5 shots on target. One shot on target, a very close one already, which is not something that Dan Burn does that often. Tonali with a corner. Oh!
So simple.
Burn let it over his head and
simple.
Isak on the volley.
It's very lucky there that Isak's just not connected with that. You eat some acid. No, I'd love to have, to be honest. I wish I did have some acid. If you know where to get some, let me know. Jeez. I would love to remove myself from this situation. We haven't scored in months from a cross, yet we keep crossing. Don't worry, mate. I'm aware. Fully aware. Go on, Cucurella. Go on.
Good header from Cucurella, that. Great recovery from
Well
Murphy.
played. Go on. Yeah, Murphy got back very well too. I'm telling you, if Chelsea get a result here, blimey. Come on.
Here's James.
Don't know what to do with it. We just don't know what to do. Neto.
Neto, Romeo Lavia.
Oh, this is so annoying.
Struggling to break down just 10 man block.
Yeah,
of Newcastle
literally
here.
10-man Newcastle block. But why not, man? Why not? I fully respect it. I really do.
Making themselves heard from way up high. There's a confidence about Chelsea that they should.
This is
Yeah, good. That's true. Chelsea do have a confidence, but they don't have. We don't know what to do with the ball. We can be confident on the ball, yes, but what do we do with it? Or what to do with it? As if that was a buffalo. Hey, herder! Hey, herder! Back again! Go on, Caicedo. Look at him. Go
Oh,
on,
he's-
send him on the floor. Love that.
Oh, Palmer's got in the way of the ball.
No.
there. He was trying to play in Enzo Fernandez there for a drive and run late into the box, but
Caicedo's unbelievable. Like, Caicedo and Chalobah today, fair play. Even then, Chalobah, fantastic, doing well. Come on, Chelsea. If we come away with a draw here, this is going to feel like a win now. It's not going to happen, but I'm glad you're back, Pai Pang. Sorry that you're getting blocked, though, for spamming. You have 10 minutes on the naughty step. Go on, Lavia. Yes, go on. Don't shoot.
Quicker than anybody else. Pedro Neto.
Chelsea having a sustained run of possession right on the edge of our 18-yard box now for the last, feels like last 5 minutes or so, bar a couple of long balls into the Chelsea half, but they've changed system. The furthest player forward is now Enzo Fernandez, and it looks like your man Cole Palmer is doing a lot of legwork in midfield now. And this is a brilliant ball from Bruno across the box, but not good enough from Harvey Barnes, and your man Sanchez picks it up with ease.
Come on, Chelsea. Go on, Neto. There's no one to
Yeah,
wait for.
it's just
Look
like
how
it,
small
yeah.
Fernandez looked.
I know.
It's so bad. Like, there's no one to pass to.
What's your opinions on this side? Maresca's put sort of
I mean-
Enzo up front essentially. Is
I
it
mean, I think
fluid?
it's the smartest thing to do because we're doing the same Chelsea side to side thing. And Enzo's been scoring recently, but if you put Palmer up there, he's completely isolated and can't create anything.
Yeah.
So I think you try and have your creative players in positions to create things. It's like it's so hard, isn't it? Like I don't really expect anything. Go
They're
on.
in a good position.
Yeah!
Great save from Nick Pope.
Brilliant save.
Driven hard and low to the bottom right
We're playing
corner.
all right now. That was a good effort.
That was a very good effort. I mean, Murphy there really has missed out on that run into the box by Cucurella. Cucurella's caught it on the half volley so nicely. A great save from Nick Pope there.
I think I will say credit to Maresca for the way that we've come out in the second half, and we've actually managed somehow to take the game into your half. The problem is, normally in a game you've got ebb and flow. You've got teams that will have periods of time, but because of the way that we're attacking, I don't really think any of this possession is very useful. Because we got no one to pass to.
Yeah.
Like that was the one time in 17 minutes. But it's the left back coming onto the ball. Like if Dan Burn is the one arriving into the box,
Yeah.
it's not like if Dan Burn's arriving with a header, you might expect him to beat the man and score. Cucurella's arriving in to try and hit a half volley. What? That's a great effort, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's not who you want to be arriving
No.
into the box, is it?
And the longer Chelsea feel comfortable in possession in our half, the more they forget they've only got 10 men and we can
Yeah.
hit them on the counter very
Exactly.
easily. Yeah.
So if we're going to have chances, I want the chances, no disrespect to Cucurella, but I want the chance to be falling to someone who can actually strike the flipping ball.
Well, as difficult as anywhere for away supporters.
Oh, dear.
Certainly,
At this point, having possession is better than Newcastle having the ball. 100%. 100% at this point. But then...
Emil Kraft.
Mark Guiu would have been an option here today. To at least pressure, the way that Enzo Fernandez, like, he'll run around all day long, but you want him to be able to make the pass before the pass, or you want him to make the pass into the guy to run onto the ball. But let miracles exist, says Toddy Cox. All right, I'll let it exist. Thank you, Milan, for the donation. Do I think Maresca will give Petrovic a chance next season? I hope so.
I just called out Jacob Murphy there. Ooh, keep your head, Harvey Barnes. I just said there, Jacob Murphy was caught in the wrong position just there, with Cucurella getting him behind him for an extremely easy chance. Sorry, I'm going to eat my words just a second here, because I just assumed that Jacob Murphy was going to be coming off for Emil Kraft, who's a native right back. But Gordon is coming off now, actually.
What does that mean for the shape?
It's a very interesting substitution. It means that... Oh, no, I can see it. No, sorry. So Barnes is going to move from right wing to left wing, his native position, and Murphy's going to move into his native position of right wing, and then Emil Kraft is at right back. Yeah. So it's a little bit better. Yeah, it does answer that problem. I did think Murphy looked positionally unaware there at the right back.
Do you think Chelsea can equalise here?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah.
I'm very surprised by how good Chelsea have been with 10 men in the second half. Fair play. Big fair play. That's silly.
It's... The problem is, it's not... It's one of these stupid things, because people say it a lot, and then you go, well, why don't you just play with 10 men before you even start the game then? But it's hard to play against 10 men.
No, for sure.
But this is going to be decided in a goal, really. If we get another goal here, it's done.
Yeah.
And if, all you need is... It's just one chance, if you can look at possession, you can look at bloody XG and all the rest of it. It doesn't matter if the ball falls to you, if it deflects off the bloody referee's arse and falls nicely for you.
Back again.
That's it. It's a game-changing moment. All you got to do is take a chance, and a goal can be scored in 5 seconds. So I think Chelsea, the way they've been comfortable on possession, shows that they've still got something in this, and a bit of heart. But for us, I also feel very confident in our... Some people have said, Newcastle's sitting back against 10 men. I think that's not always a negative thing. I think that's a bit of an outdated look on football.
I think you're right.
I think, having a defence and a lower midfield that are conserving energy through the 60th and 70th minutes of a game is not a scared thing. It's a confident thing, that knowing that they can have the ball and you don't really care because they're not going to do anything with it. That's the mentality.
That's exactly what Newcastle know about Chelsea. The lower you sit, the harder we find it to do anything. Anything. Even get shots away, let alone score or shots on target. Like, you guys, Eddie Howe now, this is perfect. From the moment Jackson got sent off, it's so perfect because you can conserve your energy for the rest of the big games you got, and you can frustrate Chelsea like no other. The moment teams start to play against Chelsea, we can hurt them. That's what we're good at. All season long, we've never found an answer to this. People say the Fulham game was different. Fulham didn't play low block. Like, that's the worst example, because that shows the opposite of when we actually play well. But anyway, we've got 25 minutes to go here. Newcastle 1, Chelsea 0. 10 men. Dominating possession. We've had one good shot on target from Marc Cucurella. Lavia with a lovely little nutmeg there on Dan Burn. Cross is played in. No striker in the box, though. But we'll keep crossing it.
Harvey Barnes is losing his head a bit. It's weird. He's reacting to stuff. He was fighting with Rhys James.
Was that earlier. Harvey Barnes there?
Yeah, Harvey Barnes getting megged and then punching the air. That's
wow.
That's not right. Not right at all. I love reading your chat because they mention players who are on the bench or in the squad, and it just shows. I forget these players like Badia Shiel and Tosin and all these. These have such an outrageously big squad.
Do you know what? But the truth is, they're not wrong. Like, people here are saying, put Tosin up front. Well, if you're going to keep crossing the ball in the box, that's not bad advice.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, that makes so much sense. Because what Chelsea do, and people say, fans don't know, though, do they? They're like, but all we see is the same thing. Cross, 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 cross. What a tackle. Caicedo's unreal. Unbelievable. Go on. No.
And the other
Come on, you Plonkosauruses. Do it. Corner. Yeah, all right. We'll take that. But, like, put Tosin up front. If you're going to keep crossing it, put Tosin up front. It's not bad. It's not bad advice. It's really not bad advice.
Not really manufacture anything. Gets Chelsea yet another corner.
6th corner of the game for Chelsea. Your feet cold? Oh, you got socks on.
Have you got cold feet?
I've got cold toes, sir. Come on.
Well, Chelsea's still very confident in the game. They've decided not to take a crossed-in corner and went for a short one and tried to build up play. And Reece James has sent it out for a goal kick from 45 yards.
We've actually played very well the second half. I won't lie.
You have.
I won't lie.
If you had started playing like this in the game, I would have. So when we had our Sunday dinner earlier, George asked me, how do I really feel about this game? Do I think Newcastle are going to win this game? I said to him, after the first 5 minutes, I'll know whether we win or not this game.
Spot on.
Right. Obviously, in this case, I've known from the first 5 minutes that we're going to win this game. But if this second half was the first half, and you played like this from the off, I would have said to you after 5 minutes, Chelsea are going to beat us.
I think you're right. It's again Chelsea just what a ball, what a pass. Reactionary.
Go on, Murphy, make that run. Like to see us sustain some possession here, but we're playing very direct. Bruno's
What a
in
ball.
the box here. He's lashed at it. He's
Gotta be a goal.
absolutely lashed at it. He should have put that across the goal there because Harvey Barnes was running in. He was fuming with him. Bruno did this last week as well, actually. The ball comes over like that and he just lashes at it. I'm not sure why he goes for that.
Because if you hit it in the roof of the net, it's more emphatic. Bruno loves that.
He doesn't
doesn't
even look at the goal. He just absolutely lashes at the whole thing. It's gone at level 7.
I reckon Sandro Tonali's had a little bet on him to miss like this.
Isak's had a couple of sights.
Emil Kraft, who just came on, is now lying on the floor looking very uncomfortable.
Emil Kraft beer.
I love Emil Kraft. He looks like a lovely little private
He's a
school boy.
decent player to put on in the second half of games, to see games out for 20 minutes. He's a very good player.
He's a player that plays equally good centre back as he does right back, and he's just one of the players. He does his position well. He's not a great player.
He does the trick.
He's a borderline good player, and he does what he needs to do well.
Share unsettled by Fernandes.
Go on. That's a little shove in the back.
Goes down with Tonali in close attendance.
And not Chalobah, sorry. Lavia has fouled Tonali just there. I'm not sure that'll get looked at, but there was some contact in the box.
That arrived so quickly now seems.
I did say I don't like the early goal. I know the red card was a good old, it was a catalyst in the game. But I said I don't like the early goal. It just this, you start a game, and you never ever plan for a game. You never set up your team in a game based on scoring an early goal or based on playing 10 men or whatever. And so 2 different catalysts like that, which are big effects in a game, it's hard to manage it, I think.
Yeah. I think Newcastle have kind of been the product of that in the second half, where they're kind of caught between two minds, between going for it, because, I mean, shape-wise, Chelsea have... I don't really know what we've done, but we've scared you in a way. But I don't know why. And this is the thing, like, I watch Chelsea every week, and this is, with 10 men, way better than we were with 11 today, because Jackson has just had an absolute stinker. But at the same time, this is also very typical of Chelsea all season.
Oh, that's a great ball for Harvey Barnes. He puts it on his leg. Oh, fantastic
Great
tackle.
Yes, Colwell.
From Colwell
well done.
there.
That's also a
Absolutely
goal
brilliant.
kick. Well played. Well played.
That is seriously good defender from Colwell there. And massive respect to Harvey Barnes, who's went on his left foot there. He's really improved his game there. He was literally the cut-in merchant. And now he's always going on his left foot, which is really, really good. But Levi Colwell, that was absolutely fantastic.
That was a great
challenge.
tackle. He needed to do it too. Crit tackle.
Starting to build up on this pressure now.
Gusto on for no reason. Is that? No, good lord.
Do we not like Malo Gusto?
No, we do, but if when you're losing 1-0 and a player
Oh.
that can't shoot and can't cross, there's no point. There's no point. Like there's really no point. But we know that. We all know that. But Maresca sometimes doesn't understand that. Oh, he's bringing his notebook on though. Don't worry about that,
Malo
boys.
Gusto is coming on.
Gusto is coming on, and he's got his notepad out.
He's going to pass around some love letters. Oh, Chalobah off.
Oh,
that
my
is
God.
That is a bad decision.
What a plonk.
Lavia and Chalobah off. I'm sorry, for Sancho and Gusto, that is a poor decision.
That's awful.
You might clip this
Chalobah-
and Chelsea win 2-1 or something, but that is...
I'll give you guys a little heads up. Chalobah's getting a green box in 6 things. He's been fantastic. You don't bring off the best defender.
Have a good old read of that, Reese.
He's Chinese whispers. Go on, give us some Chinese whispers. What's he saying?
Stick that in your sock. That is a really, really weird substitution, I've got to say.
So annoying. Because there's no attacking threat there. But well, Sancho obviously, yes. But still.
Here we go. Working on the turnovers very well now.
Newcastle are in. Here you go.
Ah, Murph, man. Crosses have got to be better than that.
The big Murph Doggo Houlihan.
Come on, Murph, son. Yeah, it's on his weaker foot, it's on his left, but he's just hit that so hard and so high. I think he would have been offside anyway. But, yeah, he's got to do better with that with the crosses. Colwill fuming.
This is so annoying because this is such like a... how can I explain this in another analogy? It's like you blow up a balloon and it doesn't just pop. It just like you're blowing into it and it's just like it does that before you've even let go of it around your mouth. Like that's exactly how this game was. You blowing the balloon up and then it's just like but it's still there. You know what I mean? Like this game is like the whole game.
Like
from
slowly
minute 2.
Slowly distributed diarrhea.
Yes! That's exactly what I meant. Ah,
Right,
so
Newcastle
annoying.
are starting to find
I need
their
a wee
feet
again.
with this new Chelsea setup that they're playing against
Yeah!
now.
On the surge? Come on, Gusto. Okay, I need a wee.
Your non-biased Geordie here for the solo commentary of the next however long it takes George to have a long distributed diarrhea. What are we saying in the old chat here? Well, we are sustaining the attack here. Harvey Barnes is very, very active since he's moved to left wing here. Barnes, you've got to have a better touch than that. That would have been the moment. That would have been the winner for Newcastle United. But that is an absolutely shocking touch from Barnes. And Chelsea on quite a big counter here. Probably a foul on Fernandes, but it hasn't been given. Isn't Newcastle in Australia? Oh, there's certainly one of them in Australia. Well, Chelsea have won another corner, 7th or 8th corner of the game. Tell you what, the second half from Chelsea has been admirable, I have to say. It's been a really brave performance with 10 men, especially in the manner of which Jackson was dismissed for, dangerous conduct. yeah, the striker curse continues. I said that with Jackson side, to be honest. It's not that Jackson was a bad... Right, what's going on here? Enzo Fernandez has just pushed Bruno Guimarães straight to the floor for no reason at all. I'm not sure what's going on there. Fernandez is already on a yellow from arguing with a ref, and he's now pushed Bruno Guimarães to the floor.
Who's the ref?
And now they're having a good old fight, exchanging the word puta a lot.
That's it. That's classic Chelsea. Give it a load of gob, not a lot of action.
I told you in the game, in the first 10 minutes, I said the Enzo Fernandez, Bruno Guimarães, Brazil-Argentina rivalry will kick off this game. And that is what it's doing.
Like, Enzo got to chill. Yeah, of course he's got to chill, mate. Like, Chelsea don't... these Chelsea players are inexperienced. They don't understand how to manage themselves in a game.
I have to say, all of that nonsense, all of that handbags just for the worst corner I've seen in the game.
Yeah, pathetic. Come on, Chelsea, score.
Of that situation. Pedro Neto now for Chelsea. James making a dart.
James making a dart. What's he got? Gone to the toilet?
Oh, some of the commentary lines are shocking. That's why I've got this stream.
That honestly, a lot of people mute the actual commentary and then watch the stream. Go on. Chelsea have never looked like scoring. What Palmer? What is wrong with you? Why you do these stupid things? I don't understand. They're so bro. It's like you give them a science paper for year 13s to a year 3. It's what it is Chelsea all the time. You want some Baileys?
I'm lactose and I'm intolerant.
You're lactose. How many you got?
I've only got 8.
Hey, no, you don't.
Is that straight out the freezer, is it?
Straight out of that freezer.
Blingin' hell.
Blame you, O'Reilly. I might even be able to fly to London tomorrow on this stuff. Rocket fuel.
Oh, great tackle. Damn burn. Oh, Isak's running out. And he's fouled.
Isak, you should get banned for 7 months for that. I've given up, man. I don't care anymore. We're here for the vibes, guys. We're here for the vibes. Smack a like on the stream. Like, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of Chelsea just having this, like, stupid, no game management, no idea how to manage a tough, difficult atmosphere. None of it.
I have to say, Chelsea are leaning on the referee a lot for support here.
Yeah, hoping for the best, mate.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Oh,
Go on, Jaden. See, Reece James put the cross in that I would have liked him to get on the end of.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, Reece James coming in with a volley at the far post, even if he was to, like, kick Livramento in the process. Well, no, I don't want that. I like Livramento, but it's just annoying. It's just annoying. We've actually played well in the second half. If we come away with a draw, it's going to feel like 3 points. It would actually be unbelievable to come away with a draw now. But it does not change the fact that Nicholas Jackson is a Class A stain. I mean it. Honestly, I have never not been so angry with an individual player for a very long time. Oh!
Great save from Nick Pope again. I tell you what, credit to Nick Pope because he hasn't had a lot to do in this game, and when he's been called upon, he's pulled out fantastic saves.
That's going in top corner too. He's done very well, and it's a good sign of a good goalkeeper too when they don't have a lot to do, when they still come out with those reaction saves late on. Chelsea corner. Caicedo volley, please.
For concentration and for goalkeeping technique from Newcastle's number 1, and he may yet have more work to
He's
do.
not our number 1, but okay.
Cole was trying to get free. Was a case of all fall down. Enzo Fernandez angry again, and he's
Enzo Fernandez angry again.
What a surprise! He's normally a very
Get up,
chill
mate.
man.
I mean, he's not, but it's use that kind of aggression and frustration properly.
Like Joe Linton.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's not even out there now, but still, like, Newcastle have done that exactly. Emotional management. Go on. Guys, we've paused the chat a little bit because we don't want to have...
It's getting to the end stage of the game, and it's box to box at the minute.
Yeah.
And and Chelsea have won a free kick just on the midfield where they're going to get
I
everybody up here.
will say, Chelsea. I think we deserve a lot of credit for the way that we've held into the game.
I said that when you're away. I think you put on an extremely brave performance with 10 men. The second half, you have won the second half.
Yeah. The weaknesses in this team today have become fundamentally, like, categorically clear, man. Like, fundamentally 100%, bro.
Look at that. First half possession, Chelsea had 43% possession. Second half,
Nicholas
64.
Jackson is a hindrance to this team.
The
Big
fact
time.
that he's playing substantially better without a player, and not because he's injured, but because he's actually not on
there.
the pitch.
Like, it's night and day.
He will have. He might as well have made his own way home today. He shouldn't wait for the team.
He should be already in Sunderland.
Yeah.
You have to go down slightly.
He can play there.
Yeah. Yellow. Book him. Yep. Give Bruno yellow. Yeah. Thank you.
No surprise there.
Bruno, get off the pitch, Guimarães, mate.
That Bruno yellow card is a making of many events. You know,
It's nice to see some more direct attacking and not the usual passing around the outside like two trailer park girls. That's what I mean. Credit to Maresca for knowing damn well that if we play the same flipping way when we're down to 10 men and we're 1-0 down at this stadium, you're not going to get anything. So we've actually at least given ourselves an opportunity. It's just a shame that our flipping striker, who's basically non-existent half the time he plays anyway, is the guy who got sent off, but we still want to cross it in sometimes. It's just frustrating. Just very frustrating. And now we've also got no striker now for the rest of the season. So don't mind me whilst I overreact. Don't mind me whilst we're 3 games away from actually achieving something great. But our striker is a twat who doesn't like not elbowing people. Like, it's just a joke. 2 yellow cards because you're fighting and grafting your way through the game and like you're picking up moments on the pitch. Sure. But to not even touch the ball hardly and then get sent off for an elbow. You are a prat. Like an absolute, like, blimey. Six things we learned is out straight after the game. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Soon as the whistle goes at full time, 6 things will be recorded, then uploaded straight away. It's probably not going to be a very happy one, but I need to release a little bit of frustration, I think, because regardless of what happens in the next 4 minutes, 5 minutes, what Jackson's done is unacceptable for the growth of this team and for Chelsea Football Club as a whole. Diego Costa and Didier Drogba were the players he supposedly looks up to, and they would never have done this.
Yeah, I mean, I said that when Jackson signed. I think he's a good player, or he was a good player when he was signed from Villarreal, but he's just not a Chelsea caliber striker.
No, not in a game like this when you really need something a bit different.
I'm not saying he's a bad signing. He's potentially a prodigy, potentially someone for the future, that sort of thing. Potentially someone for these Conference and Europa League games. But he is not a player that leads a club of Chelsea's size, of Chelsea's historical, this century prowess. He's just not the guy, man.
Oh, Gray's fallen over. Oh. Come on, Chelsea. I think this is one of those videos where it's not going to be about the boxes. It's about the little moments in football, the little things in football. That if you can't get those, then it doesn't matter. Like, credit to Maresca. Yeah, fair play. Like, we've come out second half. We've played really well with 10 men. Like, I'm very impressed with that. But I'm so unimpressed with the fact we're 1-0 down and we're playing with 10 men that I don't care, really.
Yeah.
I don't really care. Like, when it really matters the most, if this game was like week 20,
That's the thing, yeah.
I don't care that much. I'm not bothered. It's okay, right, Newcastle away, tough place to go. You lose, whatever.
We weren't nervous before the game, like worried of whether we were going to...
Go on, James! Oh! That's the chance.
I told you, James
That's the chance.
is the kryptonite.
That's what I said. Put him there, not crossing it. Put him in.
Dan Burn's got to do better there positionally. Fabian Schär had to do a bit better as well.
I want another Guinness. I'm fuming. This is flipping
Yeah,
ridiculous.
we didn't get hyped up before the game, get worried, have all these predictions about whether Chelsea or Newcastle United would put in a good performance. It was about getting 3 points and going for the Champions League. So I think that's probably the overarching feeling in your point there. 88 minutes, guys. I don't know how much added time there's going to be. There hasn't been a VAR check or anything in the second half.
There should be 3 or 4 max.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to go 5 minutes, potentially. I think I heard the commentator maybe say there. Not too sure, but what's going on now? We are getting into the handbags part of the game now, guys. Bruno Guimarães is stirring up the other team. Theatrics are starting heavily now. I think Reece James or Cucurella is about to get a yellow card.
No, do you know what? I think, honestly, the players out there now will be so angry with Jackson, and I think they've done themselves so proud that in the next 2 matches, I do back us still to get 2 wins. I do. I'm absolutely distraught and livid about this performance and result because I think it's an embarrassment. But I think the Chelsea players that have been out there have done themselves proud. I think Maresca deserves credit, weirdly enough too,
Well,
because
in the second half, I think
we've looked very, very good, aggressive in the second half. We've taken the game to Newcastle. Yeah, okay, we don't score anything, but like we don't have anyone to flip and score.
Oh, and I'd just say that was actually Emil Kraft got a yellow card for some sort of altercation with Reece James following a foul on Bruno. We have a free kick now. Dan Burn is screaming for the ball. He's picked up a left back. What is he going to do with it? Bruno on the outside of the box. Bruno's gone for a shot. Oh, yes! Oh, no! Oh, what an unbelievable goal.
What goal?
Bruno Guimarães has just scored 23 yards out. It's straight into the top corner. It's lobbed over the top of Sanchez. It might have taken a deflection on the way because it was such a strange angle of the ball. That's it. It's game over.
Sanchez just opened a can of Pepsi. But no, what did he just do?
Sorry, Bruno Guimarães.
Oh, put your flag down, you prat.
Bruno Guimarães has picked
Stick your
out
flag up
the
your
corner
bum,
flag
mate.
and held it up to the strawberry
fuck
corner
off.
in jubilee. Dan Burn was screaming for the ball, and he receives it so well. He plays in Guimarães, who picks it up. He cuts inside on the edge of the box, 20 yards out. It does deflect off of Malu Gustu's inside of his calf and lobs over Sanchez into the top corner of the goal there. It was an absolutely fantastic goal, helped on by the deflection. Yes, that was Malu
deserved. I'm not even angry. I'm disgusted. It's a disgrace. Absolute disgrace. Our striker, the man who leads our... Nah, I'm telling you. Cook him. Sell him. Send him off to the flipping dogs. I don't care. Twat. Biggest game of the season. Biggest game in the last however many years. Absolute joke, mate. To play 10 men against Newcastle. We've actually been more than in this. More than in this. Look at the difference. Newcastle got players that can hurt you down one end. We got no one down the other end that can. And it's not even like I'm not going to say Palmer's fault, Enzo's fault. No, shut up, Colwill. Don't get sent off. Don't get any more reds, you little children. Like, it's all kids, mate. It's all kids.
Game's finished now. There's
Just
no need
stop
for
arguing.
arguments.
Lose 3-0 if you have to. Stop fighting with each other.
Play
They're
out the
pathetic.
minutes.
They're all mouth and no trousers. They're all mouth,
Mouth
no
with
trouser.
I'll box you little head in.
Box their head into little bastards.
It's this game has gotten so bad that
Bro,
Nick Pope is out.
I didn't even think about that line, but they are all mouth, no trouser. Chelsea Football Club, they're all mouth, no trouser. Who's getting booked now? Which prat's getting... Colwill, piss off!
Colwill's been
Look
booked,
at him!
and now he's trying to shout
tosspot.
at the ref. This is not very good at all.
What a tosser.
These players need to realise...
Idiots! You're all pussies! You're not delivered! You're not good enough! Deliver! Stop arguing!
These Chelsea players need to realise that there are still 2 massive games ahead. And
But that's what I mean.
And they're acting like they're going to get themselves sent off.
They don't think. They are delusional. Prats.
Mate,
Prats, a lot of
I just
them.
want to say this, right? The reason that I'm a little bit neutral on this is that I would much rather have us
properly.
in the... You what?
Sorry.
I would much rather
sorry.
have Newcastle and Chelsea in the Champions League and have maybe City fall out of it or something like that. You know, I would just much prefer that, given that we've spent a long time around the middle of the table for a lot of the beginning of the season. Callum Wilson and Sean Longstaff, our boy from Wallsend and North Shields, is coming onto the pitch now.
All right, let me change the score. Guys, I'm fuming. I'm absolutely fuming.
Well, I have to say, it's the wrong place to say this, but this is really a really surreal feeling that we are essentially just tiptoes away from Champions League football again. This is really...
No,
really
I think it's
insane.
been Newcastle, very mature performance, very mature. They turned up, they showed up, they gave the energy required in a game of this magnitude. Like you did in the Carabao Cup final.
Yeah.
Liverpool was shell-shocked. Chelsea the same. 2-0, 2-0. You guys showed up and you gave everything. And when I say gave everything, that's a very loose, like easy phrase of analysis. There's the switched on awareness of like tactical, where to play, who you're playing against, what to do. And then there's keeping your head, and then there's taking your chances. If you can tick all three of those boxes and your opponent ticks one or none of those, you win. Simple as that. And that is what grinding out results and getting wins and finishing in higher positions requires. You have to do it that way. This has not been a beautiful game of football. It's been ugly, if anything. No one in the box. Why? Because he got sent off. Because he's an idiot. Like, what? Flipping heck, man.
From 45
So simple.
45 to 75 minutes, Chelsea were, I really think, outstanding.
I think until about 83, 84 minutes.
Really
Second half, really good.
outstanding, brave performance, great changes from Maresca. On the other hand of it, the sort of Geordie point of view is that we were extremely composed in that. We allowed the pressure to come onto us and were patient in it as well and waited for the right time. And the right times came just there. We took the right chance, scored from 23 yards. Took a nice deflection, but
Well,
that's it.
this is rubbish. 6 Things We Learned is coming out any second now. Basically, I don't really know how I'm gonna talk about this because this is awful. But make sure you subscribe to the channel. This is not the day. Chelsea have been awful, awful.
I just want to thank everybody for being hospitable with a rival fan on this live stream. You've all been really
Yes.
dead canny, dead nice lads in the chat there. So I do appreciate all of you, and sorry that your Champions League search continues for another 2 games.
And guys, check out Jack's channel. The link is in the description. Go and subscribe to him. I think actually watching Jack's videos now will be a nice break from what I'm about to throw your way because I'm not going to hold back on this one. Chelsea have lost 2-0. Going to wrap the stream up right now. Absolute rubbish, nonsense, pathetic, stupid Nicholas Jackson.